Bum, 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 bum. Good morning. Good morning. Hope everyone's having a good one. Down. Turn this down a little bit. Maybe something like that. And yeah. Hi, friends. How's everyone doing? I realized that I might have to move my camera. I think I moved the other day to fix the printer. Now it's a little off center. Guys, I'll be honest. There's like, I don't know, 60 cards revealed, maybe more already at this point, which is kind of insane. And yeah. Oh, good answer. Yeah. You know what? For a time, it was a really good card. So, it still see play from time to time. Pretty interesting, right? We get told about Fabled and how there's going to be reprints, and then we get a reprint in set 8. Interesting. Very, very interesting. I don't know. But greetings from Singapore. What is up? Singapore, how are you? What time is it there? That's crazy. I do have some friends from Singapore though. There was a very leading up to COVID, actually. There was a world where I was actually going to visit Singapore and do a Transformers trading card game tournament there and kind of be like a host and everything and be a part and kind of meet that community. Portugal, what is up? Man, you guys are coming from all over the place. Good morning. Well, for me, it's good morning. I'm not sure exactly what time it is for you. But yeah, so it would have been a cool trip, and then COVID kind of closed down the world for a while there, and then Transformers canceled. So I ended up not going. It would have been really fun. But maybe someday. You never know. Now that we have Disney Arcana there, it's certainly possible that we do get there, and that would be exciting. So we're almost 10 p.m. Yeah, it's 12-hour different then. So it's almost 10 a.m. for me. So love it. Morning from Georgia. Yeah, way closer. Way closer. Yeah, so today we're here. We're starting early for a couple of reasons. Number one, there's a million cards to be revealed, and I can't just like literally talk and fast forward. But I do want to try my best to touch on all of them so far revealed. Some of them, we're not going to waste our time on. If it's not a good card, it's not a good card. If it's not special, we're not going to talk about it, right? There's not now. Like, listen, if someone wants to interrupt me and I see something in chat and say like, okay, maybe you make a good point, we'll talk about it. Having my set championship this weekend, do you think SP deck that is in the Metafy is the strongest one? SP, the Sapphire Amethyst? I'm just like, SP is tough, okay? Can we talk about the PPG tour? You can ask questions and I can do my best to answer. That's for sure. I have a fair amount of information about it. I don't have all of it. While I am very much associated with it, I might not have all the answers, but I do my best to try and steal purple. All right. See, this is why you made it tough. I think that depending on your metagame for Amethyst Steel, I don't think necessarily Doc is in the best position on the assumed metagame. So I think if I was going into a large tournament, I would probably not play Doc right now. I would be more like on the Rapids and stuff like that. I do think that I posted that list in the Metafy Discord. If not, I can post a link to it. Let me find it real quick, guys. 1 second. Because I definitely think Amethyst Steel is a very good call. It's probably one of the more successful decks because it's just good into anything. And if you like know your matchups well enough, you can kind of just outplay your opponents. But even is this one? No. I tell you what, you know what's here's an easy one, right? Because we didn't get around to covering it this weekend. Just because of like timing and the announcements and everything like that. So we didn't get fully around to it. But if there's anyone to trust in this world, I trust Zach Bivens. And Bivens took this list to a top 4 in the like high stakes 5K this past weekend. And if you're gonna register a deck in a in a $100 buy-in tournament, then I gotta believe that it's good. So I think that if you're looking just for like a quick, easy thing, check out Bivens' list. I definitely, obviously, he's one of the best, so I would definitely trust him. And our list was, I think, like 3 or 4 cards different from it, so it's very similar. And I'm sure it's just like a choice of functionality. But if you're looking for Amethyst Steel this weekend, I definitely think that that's a very fine decision. Amber Lady and Giant Mickey. Giant Mickey. That's where we're starting today, guys. We're starting with Giant Mickey. How about that? So yeah, in this first album, there's like 40-ish cards, I think, because I haven't updated the album yet on Facebook. So we're gonna run through this, and then I will kind of go up and scroll up through the Facebook stuff from the stuff that I'm missing. I trust Zach with Joe. I don't know what any of that means, Dick. But, so talk about a giant Mickey Mouse, right, guys? Remember when Iago came out last set and he was just like this giant bird, This is a giant mouse. I fell for it. Good job. Good job, Dick. You got me. What I love about the art on this in particular is this like sweet torch that he has, which I believe, he just like literally took off of this building. Like, it's really funny when you really break down this one. So yeah, giant Mickey Mouse, 10 cost uninkable, 10/10 with Bodyguard, and the ability biggest star ever. When this character is banished, deal 5 damage to each opposing character. He also has a 5 lore pip, which is, we've only seen that before, I believe, on the Mirabelle, the set championship Mirabelle. And she has her own really weird restriction where you have to have a bunch of characters in play to play her. I don't have much hope for this card because putting a 10 cost uninkable in my deck is really difficult. And from where I'm standing, there's no just in time that lets us play it. Obviously, if we can combo it with some cheap way to put it into play, then hey, maybe, right? The Return of Hercules, the Legendary Mickey Mouse from set 7. Like, there's some tricks to the trade to try and getting out there. If you flip this off Mufasa, if you want to dare to dream and you want to live that world, then hey, maybe. But, 10 cost uninkable, it's pretty tough to put that card in your deck. So I don't know. We'll have to see. The stats are great, which makes it even funnier that the biggest star ever ability is when it's banished. Because, I mean, who is banishing this thing, guys? Who is banishing this, right? I just don't know. I have a feeling, if this is a card that we're putting into play that has 5 lore, do we really even need to bodyguard stuff? Don't we want stuff to bodyguard this? So, I don't know. I think it's cool. I think it's interesting. I think it's really weird to me of the mechanics that it has, because normally legendaries are, they're like different, right? So they're mechanically different from other cards. This card is just Bagheera, right? Like it's a 10 cost Bagheera that does more damage. So I think it actually might fail the legendary check, which is weird because I don't know how many times it's really happened before. But that was the first thing I thought of when I saw this card, was this is not unique at all. So I don't know. Maybe I'm being too hard on it. You can let me know. That's interesting because you pick which is more important, bodyguarding or questing. Yeah, I guess. I just think when you have a 5/5, right? Like, you have a 5 lore dude, he's worth more than other stuff. I don't know. We'll see. All right, we got Ryder here. 4 cost, 3/4, 1 lore and evasive. Just the generic dude. He's cool. He's fine, right? I don't know that I would say it's better Gira. I don't know that I would say that. Not sure. I mean, this guy is fine. You know, he's great in limited. 3/4 with evasive and limited. Card's A plus. But aside from that, you know, maybe this card's not better than Iago. It's not going to replace any of the other 4-drops in Amethyst in the non-rotation format. Uh-oh, there's 2 formats now, guys. You know how much more difficult it makes it to kind of value these cards in set 8 in this world where we start talking about rotation and then not rotation? So right now, I think this is a limited staple for sure. I don't know how much love he'll get anywhere else, so time will tell. Con, 4 cost, 2/7, 1 lore. It's inkable. Yeah, that's it. 3 cost, inkable, 2/4, 1 lore, General Lee with resist 1. It's fine, you know. I don't know. It's a mentor. Does that do anything for us? Is that good? Yeah, who knows? Oof. All right, we can talk about this card. I am so excited for this card. Jafar, the High Sultan of Disney Lorcana. Guys, if we just say Lorcana, we get yelled at. We have to say Disney Lorcana. It's just a fact, okay? So Jafar here is a 5 cost uninkable, 4 strength, 4 lore. I'm sorry, 4 strength, 4 willpower, 3 lore, with the ability Dark Power. Whenever this character quests, you may draw a card, then choose and discard a card. If an illusion character card is discarded this way, you may put that character into play for free. This is also notably the set championship card, which, yes. This is a beautiful card, so definitely an A+ for set championships. This is a really hard card to value. So right now, we're playing Cobra, we're playing Iago, and anytime that you can play a card for free, it's pretty good, right? Like, free is a strong power word. So if we kind of compare this to, let's just say Mufasa, okay? Mufasa has to be in play. It's got to get banished. So which means, like, it's got to, you know, it's got to do its thing. And then you get a character off the top. And it's around the same stat range, right? Like, it's a 5 cost, 3/3 with 2 lore. So it's similar enough. You know, this 5 cost, 4/4. I think it's interesting. I really do. I think what's going to really matter is if this card, like, clearly, if we go back to if we go back to the 4 cost Jafar from set 7, that card seems just awful compared to this one, right? Like, I don't know that even with this card we would want to play the other Jafar. I don't think so. So I think that the idea that you can quest with this card and draw, like, no matter what, we get to draw and discard, which is very much in line with Steel. So the idea that this card, at the very minimum, enables you to quest, gain 3 lore, and draw a card is kind of powerful. And then the idea that we get to double down and put a character into play for free. And obviously, you know, we don't have all the illusions yet, I assume, or, you know, we got a couple more from this set, like the Palace Guard and I think there was another one revealed that I can't remember right now. So there was a couple more. Oh, and the Magic Carpet, right? I think that they're cool. I think anytime that we can put a card into play for free, it's great. But the idea that this card just reads quest, gain 3, and then draw a card and then discard 1 is kind of sweet. It does enable you to do this first in a turn. You know, like, all right, we're just gonna quest, draw a card, see what we get, and then we'll play the rest of our turn. And, like, while we're doing gain 3 lore, I think as it currently stands, you know, and I know this is why I'm gonna take some extra time on this, because, like, as it currently stands in rotation, if we're getting rid of sets 1 through 4, there's not a lot of, like, great removal out there for a 4/4. So his stats at 4/4 are very interesting. So this guy might not be great right now because there might be just like too many answers to him. But in rotation, this could be pretty good. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I think I'm a believer though. I think I like Jafar a bunch. I think I do. Tough to say. All right, we'll turn it off. We'll turn it off. It's fine. See you later. Boom, it's gone. It's gone. Right? See, that quick. That's all we needed. All we needed was one comment that we for me, I couldn't even hear it. So it's kind of funny that you guys said it was distracting. I literally couldn't hear it. That's funny. All right, moving on. Here's the normal. So this is the normal set championship versions. This is the promo, which is fine. And then of course we have the D23 Iago, right? So this guy is a 4-cost inkable 3/3 with 2 lore, and he has the ability self-preservation. Whenever you have another exerted character in play, this character can't be challenged. So this is reverse Bodyguard, which basically gives any other character in play the Bodyguard keyword, which in some ways forces them to challenge that. It's not like a taunt or anything like that, but it just means like, hey, I get to keep this dude around. I think it's interesting. I don't think it's very good. That's just like my humble opinion. Like this card isn't better than other 4-cost cards we could play, so therefore I don't think we'll play it. Maybe it's okay in limited. Like the lore and stats don't really make sense for 4, so I don't know. Like it's inkable, it's fine, but it's probably not going to even be like your best 4-cost in limited either. Ooh, guys, can we let's stop for 1 second, okay? Let's come back to this, and let's just say how excited I am that the enchanted cards look like that. I feel like as we've been going through these sets, we've been like flip-flopping and trying new things out all the time with enchanted cards. And Shimmering Skies came out and it was like, oh my god, these are like amazing. And then Azurite Sea came out and it was bad. It was bad, guys. It was bad. Thankfully, Arceus Island helped and it brought it back. And I was so worried that we were going to go back to like some weird, just like not good looking enchanteds. And the moment we saw this one, I said, okay, good. We're not doing that. Like, thankfully we're not doing that. Okay. Which is a big deal. All right. We might have to square up. I wanted to move my camera a little bit. I felt like I was moving way too much to get centered there. So, Jasmine, the steady strategist, is the 4-cost inkable 2 strength, 5 willpower, 1 lore, with the ability Shift 2 and Always Planning. When this character quests, look at the top 3 cards of your deck. You may reveal an ally card and put it into your hand, and put the rest on the bottom of your deck in any order. This card's sweet. I mean, it's beautiful for one, right? Like we've kind of already talked about this, but it's absolutely gorgeous. I kind of like this card. The Shift 2 is always notable, right? We haven't had too many Shift 2s. So, we talk about the Queen, and she was very impactful. Obviously, she costs 5, so she kind of breaks the rules a little bit more. But this card, as a Sapphire Steel card, can shift and sing Along Came Zeus on turn 2. Not saying that we really want to do that for any which reasons. Like, there's not too many cards that we're like, oh my god, I gotta get rid of this card. But being able to shift and sing any of the steel cards, like this just adds kind of another way for this deck to double down and have a shift. You can have Belle in this deck, and she can shift, or she can banish an item, and then you can have her as a singer, and then your backup plan could be Jasmine now. And we also just got a new 1-cost Jasmine as well. So now you can have Jasmine and Belle as potential turn 2 singers for Let the Storm Rage On and Strength of Raging Fire. I think that's kind of cool. And the idea is like when she quests, she gets off the races. This card can just come into play on turn 2, be a 2/5, right? Like big, like that's some stats right there. 2/5 on 2 is better than a lot of cards. Survives Fox. Sadly doesn't trade with Fox, but it's a card that we can kind of compare to very often. So I like the idea this card comes into play and you likely get a couple quests out of it. So the idea that you can come in and automatically start refilling your hand with allies is very notable. It also is, again, we talked about like the Duel Links creating these decision points for deck building and saying like, hey guys, maybe you've been trying to do these other things for so long and they're not working out and it just feels like they're coming up short. The Duel Links have given the direction, and it's very much giving the direction that like, hey, Sapphire Steel is the ally direction. So having a card like this on turn 2 be this like lord in your ally deck and just fill your hand, I would not. I don't think it's unfair to say that at minimum this card will quest twice. So this card could come into play, gain you 2 lore, and draw you 2 cards, along with giving you the option, right? Like looking at top 3 cards, choosing a card, kind of a big deal. I think this card's pretty good. I don't know. We'll see, but I do like it. I really do. Hi, Stefan. How are you doing? Hope you're having fun. Next. Stitch, Alien, Troublemaker, 4 cost, Inkable, 3 strength, 4 willpower, 1 lore with the ability, I win. I don't have to read it, right? It just means you win the game, right? No? Oh, that's upsetting. During your turn, whenever this character banishes another character in a challenge, you may draw a card and gain 1 lore. It's kind of cool. It's okay. Obviously, this card loves Mushu in a way, right? Like we get to like double down with Mushu. Drawing a card's pretty sweet. The stats are kind of there. At least he's inkable. It's tough to say. I feel like this is a card that's only as good as the metagame allows it to be. If the metagame is still kind of stuck around 3/3s, then this card on 4, or even this card in Sapphire Steel, if we can ramp on 2, play our Tipo or our Sally Azurite Sea, and then like get this card into play on turn 3, he's kind of just threatening, like saying like, all right, go ahead, turn your guy sideways, I dare you. But that's kind of where I'm at. Like he's only as good as your opponent allows him to be. So therefore, maybe he's not great, but he does look cool. And I Win is a great ability name for sure. Ah, so here's an illusion. One second. Okay. I had to mute. Drink some coffee. But we have a magic carpet here, right? So magic carpet is a 3 cost inkable, 2 strength, 4 willpower, 2 lore, with the ability, of course, of vanish because we're an illusion, and spectral force. Your other illusion characters gain challenger 1. So I'm a big fan of Madame Mim, adversary. We call her the Skater Mim. It's like her code name. And I'm a big fan of Lumiere. I really like this ability to buff characters. And maybe it's just me, but I think that this card could have removed your other illusion characters. I think this card could have been a vanish character and just give all of your characters this same ability. I like, obviously an illusion deck, we're going to play this card, but I feel like it's still really mid. I also don't love the idea that this is a 3 cost 2/4. It's not really breaking serve on pretty much anything in terms of having the vanish ability. So because it has the vanish ability, kind of sucks as a 2/4. Like, I don't know. I want to like this card, but I think that because of the vanish keyword existing, it needed to be like a 3/4 or a 2/5. Like it had to break serve somewhere, and I don't think it does. So I don't love the idea that we have to have this negative ability just because we're an illusion and then we don't gain anything anywhere else. And aside from making the Raj from set 7 a 4/3 the next turn, like while that's cool and all, I don't know. I just feel like this card got punished as an illusion more than most. And it's like the first one that I can think of that the stats don't make me feel like it deserves the vanish keyword. So that's kind of where I'm at. That's tough. So here's that Jasmine again. This is just the non-enchanted version of her. She's pretty sweet. Love her. Now here's Aladdin. So Aladdin is a 6-cost inkable, 1 strength, 9 willpower, 1 lore with the ability Vigilant Guard. He has Bodyguard and then the ability Safe Passage. When one of your allied characters quest, you may remove up to 2 damage from this character. I'll be honest. I don't think that this card is actually playable. I would play Lady Cluck before this card pretty much all the time because she has Ward and she's a 2/7. Like, this guy being a 1/9 doesn't really mean much to me because the things that are going to be good against it are already good against it. And costing 6 for a Bodyguard with 1 lore doesn't really matter to me either. I think the Safe Patches ability is just kind of irrelevant. So for me, while I love Jasmine, I do not at all love Aladdin. I think that this card is super duper meh. I don't know. Not for me. Not for me. 2. It is Bernard, the overprepared. 2 cost uninkable, 2/2 with 1 lore. With the ability, go down there and investigate. When you play this character, if you have an allied character in play, you may draw a card. I kind of like this. You know, it's uninkable, which sucks. I feel like this card could have been inkable and it would have been fine. Personally, I really do. You know, as a 2/2 for 2, like being uninkable and kind of just getting punished for drawing a card. If you have an ally, it just feels like an over exaggeration on the unink cost here. I don't think it would have hurt too much for this card to be inkable. So this is another one where I like everything that's going on, but the uninkable probably just takes it away and it just ends up not being playable. I don't know. Kind of where I'm at. Meh. Here's our new 1-cost Jasmine. So 1 cost, inkable, 1 strength, 2 willpower, 1 lore. She is the resourceful infiltrator with the ability just what you need. When you play this character, you may give another chosen character resist 1 until the start of your next turn. The irony of this card getting around let the Storm Rage on the draw is pretty funny, right? Nope, never mind. This is what happens. This is why we don't do this live sometimes. It's another chosen character. Can't even give it to herself, guys. If she could come in, resist herself, and then say, haha, let the Storm Rage on, you can't hurt me, that'd be cool. But it doesn't. And now I'm sad. So, yeah, I don't know. This card's fine. It's another 1-cost inkable Jasmine. Meh. Meh. You need to return them all? I mean, I forget. What is the other 1-cost inkable Jasmine from? Is she even good? I don't even know if she's good. I have no idea. But I don't know. I guess I'm a little upset now. I thought when I read this, obviously you read what you want to read sometimes, and we want cards to be good. And I totally missed the another. That's a big bummer. Why do they keep doing these things? Like, this card is not even broken if she does it to herself. So upsetting. All right, well, that sucks, but she is a 1-cost with stats and with an ability that maybe is relevant later on. Meh. Get out. I think this is the first time I'm looking at this card. 6 cost uninkable, dual action for Ruby Sapphire with the ability banish chosen character, then return item card from your discard to your hand. That's kind of good. I don't hate this card. I wish it wasn't uninkable. I don't know. This card seems fine. This card is better than Dragonfire, right? Like, for 1 more, we get to just banish anything we want and get an item back. I do not hate this card. I will go to the extent that I think that Ruby Sapphire decks will play, specifically the Shark ones. I think they will play at least one of this card. So I think this card's fine. I don't know. Simple, to the point, seems really fitting. You know, it's kind of doing everything that Ruby Sapphire probably wants to do. Yeah, I think this is good. Solid card. This would probably make a cool enchanted also. I could see this card getting enchanted. That'd be sweet. Set 2 DLC promo. What do you think? Yes, possible, maybe. The Friend Owl. 2 cost 2/2, 2 lore. That's it. That's what we get. Yay, we have Al. Mulan with the last cannon. I do like the idea that we got the last cannon in there. Pretty sweet. 4 cost, uninkable, 3 strength, 3 willpower with reckless. During your turn, you gain evasive and long range. This character can challenge ready characters. No, I don't like this card. Like burst of speed, giving an evasive kind of makes me laugh. I feel like burst of speed would give rush. I know it kind of makes sense for both, but yeah, the art on this card's incredible. But I don't foresee me playing this card, sadly. Not for me. Thumper! We love Thumper, right? Thumper's cute. 2 cost, uninkable, 0 strength, 3 willpower, 1 lore, with the ability you can do it. Chosen character gets plus exert this, and chosen I mean, this card is not great either. Upsetting. Cute little young buddy, but I don't think this is a card we're gonna be. I don't think it's like last pick in draft bad, but it's pretty bad. Vanellope von Schweetz. She is the spunky speedster, 2 cost, inkable, 3 strength, 1 willpower, 1 lore, and evasive. Storyborn, hero, princess, and racer. And yeah, I read that on purpose because we have some text that's pretty relevant. It's racer. This makes King Candy from Arcadia's Island. You know, this is another really good card. This is already a playable card that now gains the keyword of racer, right? Like we were already playing Pegasus, and now we have a Pegasus that's also a princess and a racer. So I think that by default, this card is fine. It gives us choice to what we want to do at our 3 cost slot. There are, shiftable Vanellopes out there. So this might be one of the better, cheaper Vanellopes that we can play instead. I think this card's good. I think the evasive stat is pretty relevant right now. I think it's important. And I think the fact that we can get this back with King Candy and we can utilize its ability and things like that, I think that's pretty sweet. So I think this card's good. Will it make the racer deck good enough? I don't know. Time will tell. Don Carnage, 3 costs, uninkable, 3 strength, 2 willpower, 1 lore. The Air Pirate Leader has evasive and the ability Scornful Taunt. Whenever you play an action that isn't a song, chosen opposing character gains reckless during their next turn. Meh, right? I don't think there's a good reason to be excited about this card. Like, this is another one. I don't think it needed to be uninkable. Like, obviously, reckless is not a fun ability, and that's the answer. Like, giving your opponent stuff reckless is like not great and not fun. But because again, like they're leveraging this actions matter deck and not this songs matter deck, it's so difficult for that to work in Disney Lorcana because songs being able to be sung create moments in games that like offset and really let you kind of abuse the resource system. The moment you can't do that by having to play normal actions in your deck, it's really like trying to make okay cards that are okay together kind of good, and the synergy often doesn't meet the power. So because of that, normally these cards fall short, and we've already seen it for this, for Arcadia's Island. Maybe here and there we've seen them shown up, but realistically they've just not been a feature whatsoever. So I do think that the Emerald Steel Duel Links, like for the most part, have not shown up aside from Pirate Pete, which is like anti-actions and stuff like that. And I think that that's why, like forcing yourself to be anti-songs because of cards like this, I think it's like counterintuitive to the game. And therefore, I think they just fall kind of flat. Hero Humada. 2 cost, inkable, 1 strength, 3 willpower, 1 lore. He is the intuitive thinker. Look with the ability, look for a new angle. Exert this ready chosen Floodborn character. So he does get to break serve, right? This is the oh man, what's the name of that card? It's an enchanted from set 6. Lets you ready a character for 3. It's an uninkable. Can't remember the name of it right now. Obviously, I've never played it. But it's that action on a stick, which is kind of cool. You know, it's notable here that it's just you get to ready the character. It doesn't say that they can't challenge, doesn't say they can't quest. Like they can do whatever they want to do after you ready them. You came back. There you go. So shout out to our friend here. Look at that. You in before number one. Thank you guys for catching up though. Yeah, so you came back. So this is like look for another angle could just say you came back, and it would be the exact same card except we get it on a stat on a a character with lore that's inkable. So this is definitely a combo oriented thing. Like obviously this card into a Tamatoa So Shiny is kind of scary, if we can unlock that. The good news is there's currently no way to use characters with exert abilities the turn they come out. If that were ever to exist, then you could see a world where this card becomes kind of dangerous. If we can put a Tamatoa So Shiny into play, we can quest with him and then put this card into play and give it, that rush mechanic, but just to exert. That would be cool. But right now we don't have it. So it's a little bit, oh, he's not Tamatoa. You're right. He's not Floodborn. Okay. That's fair. He's not Floodborn. Touche. So it's not you came back. It's very specific for Floodborn. Man. So it's really cool with his own hero. The Floodborn hero is a 3 lore. Do we have any like really big Floodborn lore characters, like a 4 or 5 that we can kind of go with? And not to mention they have to be in this in combo. All right, this guy got a lot worse really quickly. Guys, I just want cards to be good. I really, really, really want cards to be good. And yeah, it's just that simple. I want to be able to get on here. Shift Flynn. Okay. So this is the Rise of the Floodborn Flynn Ryder, right? It's that one. I think so. He could be a 5, I think, or a 4 lore. Maybe. I guess that one's not bad if we can make it all work. Man. Yeah. All right. So the Hero Hamada, it works with the mechanic because obviously a lot of the big Hero 6 cards work around Floodborns and have all like those sweet things. But this card's probably terrible. This card might not be good enough. It needs some help. It needs some real reason to do it, I guess. Even so, like in a world where if we have a 1-cost character and then on 2, man, no. Like I'm trying to focus on a line that makes sense to where maybe with the Universal Baymax we can come in and sing a song and then ready him and then challenge something but none of that really makes sense because on turn 2 we want to be playing our ramp. So yeah, if this card costs 1, ironically very similar to the yokai from set 2, right? The yokai in set 2 was also another character that made shifting Floodborns cost 1 less. Like I said, if that yokai cost at 1, maybe there's a world where you would have played it. It's very similar to this card. Like maybe in a world where this card costs 1, it's closer. But man, being 2, that's so rough. That's so rough. I don't know. That's difficult. Sorry about that. Womp womp. Dormouse. Where's Dormouse from? I don't know I have no idea where this card's from. I don't recognize him. 2 cost, inkable, 1 strength, 2 willpower, 1 lore. Easily agitated with the ability Very Rude Indeed. When you play this character, you may put 1 damage counter on chosen character. He's from Alice in Wonderland. All right, thank you. I definitely do not recognize him at all. I'm sure Dick is now very upset with me. So putting 1 damage on anything is great. You know, it fits into the Emerald Ruby concept. It's Mosquito Bite on a character with lore. I don't know. Like 1/2 for 2 is so terrible. I don't know that it's worth this 1 damage, you know? So I don't know. I don't see it. I don't see this card being played. It's just me being honest. I don't see it. Which is tough. I like the ability a bunch. I just don't like the stats. Seems so tough. Yeah, I mean, in limited, it's definitely playable. I agree. Meh. All right. So we have Rapunzel the High Climber. A 5-cost thinkable, 2 strength, 5 willpower, 2 lore with the ability evasive and wrapped up. Whenever this character quests, chosen opposing character can't quest during their next turn. So I think there's a lot to like about this card. I think that it definitely has the potential to be playable. I think the 2 strength sucks, if I'm being honest. You know, in the metagame currently with the removal for that is really rough. This is another 5 willpower card, so it just incentivizes Along Came Zeus again. So I think it's tough. Like, notoriously, it's been very tough to play these cards that you have to hope they sit and play. And you have to hope that they get to untap to do the thing. I would have loved for this character to read when you play this and when this character quests. I think it would be a much better card and have a lot more use. So I just don't know, you know, like what deck right now needs this card? I don't know that any deck in the like any of the Emerald decks right now, I don't know that they need this card. So because they don't need this card, I don't know that you actually get to play it. You know? That's kind of where I'm at. I think this is like an easy one where you look at it, you're like, oh, it looks fine, but realistically, I don't know that it is. I don't know how much I buy in to this card. I can't really think of any reason to play it. If I'm being completely honest, like the questing thing, it seems great when you're behind. You know, like going second, it's a cool mechanic to like catch up. But I feel like it really needed that when you play this and when you quest. I think if it had both of those and had those 2 lines, it becomes much closer to a card that helps you come from behind, which the game desperately needs. So I would love that type of text on this card, but it doesn't. So it just becomes, I don't even know. Like I feel like the keyword, like I feel like the wrapped up ability is just very fine. You know, I mean, I like the idea that we can turn off cards, you know, like Tamatoas and stuff like that, and we can negate some of those things. But I just wish that it was an immediate answer and not one that requires you to like sit on it. So I don't know. It seems tough. Ice Spikes. This was somebody's favorite card so far. 2-cost, inkable, Sapphire Amethyst item with 2 abilities. Hold still. When you play this item, exert chosen opposing character. Okay. And I'm stuck. Exert and pay 1 to exert opposing item. It can't ready the start of its next turn. So Ice Spikes gets to hilariously lock down cards like Fishbone Quill, cards like Lucky Dime. I think that's very interesting. It's different. I think Hold Still is the reason you'll play this card. I believe Hold Still is actually pretty good. It being repeatable is very interesting. You know, I think that thankfully this is a Sapphire Amethyst card, and not a Ruby Sapphire card, because this with Maui Shark would be kind of insane. So, we've seen some looks at like the Sapphire item, like the Sapphire Amethyst item decks recently. I think this is a card that would very much like be played in those decks. Having, more copies of Elsa for cheap is very interesting. So I think there's a world that this card is actually kind of good. And it would not shock me if this is like one of those, when we first read Ice Block, nobody talked about Ice Block. Nobody was like, oh yeah, this is gonna be a staple in the metagame. Like, it just didn't happen. I think that Ice Spikes is the opposite. I think that people might read this card and think it's bad, and I actually think that it's good. Exerting characters is so powerful. Like, it really is. Like, there was a time where we had to play Pinocchio, who's a 2-cost uninkable. This card's inkable, and it has other abilities. The item ability might not seem relevant, but depending on the metagame, like in the mirror, this card might be like meta breaking in a way. And items, I believe, do not have the same, items don't have the same restriction, right, as characters. So you can come in and lock down an item immediately. So I think that this card is actually pretty fine. I will not be shocked if this card actually sees play, truthfully. Scarab. 2-cost uninkable amethyst item. Search the sands. Exert and pay 2 ink. Return an illusion character from your discard to your hand. So this card is, in particular, very good with Cobra, right? The idea that we can kind of have a repeatable Cobra is pretty insane. I look at this also like saying all of my illusion characters for having Vanish can theoretically cost 2 more, and I can just continuously play them. So this card is definitely a card that you'll play in the illusion deck. Is it good enough? That remains debatable. But I think that it's interesting enough to say, like, okay, I could see me playing, this type of an ability. Tough to say. It really depends on how, honestly, like how slow the format is. Like, this card is very slow. So if we're talking about like a slowy, grindy format where games aren't ending on turn 5 or 6, then this card becomes very playable. If the format is fast, this card's unplayable. There's no way we can ever take a turn off to play this card, and it's very unlikely that you can pay 2 to return an illusion back that like it's going to help you. So that's kind of where this card, that's why, like, obviously I don't think this is one of those cards that I don't think you can make it inkable. I think if it were inkable, it would just be kind of just abusive in a way. So that's where, to me, it's going to be way, way, way closer to like a playable card. Shout out to Gary here. Thank you for the information. Hopefully one of my wonderful comrades, Melissa or Scott, are on it, and I'm sure they're already adding them to Facebook because that's normally what they do. But yeah, I think if the format's slow enough, maybe this card's good. Really tough to say early on, though. Uh-oh. Pull the lever, Crunk. Ah. Nice little coffee, right? Nice little coffee. You don't have a source yet. Gary. There's a whole list that's public in Discord and on our Facebook of all the content creators and the time of their reveals. I guarantee you somewhere on there is probably one of them. I'm just saying. Huge credit to Ravensburger, by the way. And this is all the teams. Because having that list, that showcases every single content creator that was approved for a Disney Lorcana reveal is awesome. We don't get a lot of love, in all honesty. Like, I've said this a couple times in the past. Like, it's very uncommon for someone to be retweeted. It's very uncommon for a name of a content creator to be said during any of the Disney Lore kind of broadcasts or anything like that. So the idea that we've gotten to the point these last couple sets to where they are at least acknowledging us somewhere. I would love for it to be bigger, in all honesty. I would love for it to be like on the website, and I would love for it to be every single one of those pieces of content to be retweeted and reposted. I think that would be the next step up for Ravensburger. I think that would be a really big deal, like to basically every content creator, is if you could just very nicely send it out. So that's like my one thing that I would love, but I think it's a nice start that for the last couple sets, they've at the very least acknowledged us and made a post for everyone to find. So I think that's cool. It's the little things, right? We come from a time where we didn't really get much of that at all, right? So the idea that we're now kind of getting it is a good thing. So you only love Scott? Wow. That's fine. I'm just kidding. You know, the Dutch Ravensburger does that with Dutch content creators. There, see? That's nice. That's nice. I forget Discord exists unless I'm watching. Well, that's a problem, bro. That's a problem. All right, so let's go back to Pull the Lever. So Pull the Lever is a 3-cost uninkable Amethyst Emerald action with 2 abilities, but we only get to choose 1. Draw 2 cards, or each opponent chooses and discards a card. This card's great. Like, if Hypnotize is a playable card, this card is certainly a playable card. I love any of these choose cards. I think it's so very good, so very powerful. The only thing that would have made this card better would have been obviously if it was a song. Which, let's be honest, we could have pulled that off. Haha, get it? Pull the lever, pulled it off. So, yeah, I don't know. This card's great. I think this card will definitely see play. I can't think of a reason why this card won't see play, if I'm being honest. Again, if Hypnotize is good, this card's great. We already have some of the Emerald Amethyst discard decks that exist. I think this card very easily fits into those. At the very least, when the set comes out and we start testing new stuff, this card at least is interesting enough to say, hey, we're going to try that out. That's a big deal. Man, this card costs $1 million. 5-cost inkable Amethyst action Forest Duel. Your characters gain Challenger +2, and when this character is banished in a challenge, return this card to your hand this turn. What a tongue twister. This card's insane in Limited. The idea that we can just like turn all our dudes into a card that just whacks everything, and if they get banished, we get to just put our stuff back in our hand. That seems great for Limited, for sure. Even if it's only one character, like even if this is only like I get one of my characters back, I still think it's good enough. And I'm sure that like Nunez is going to tell me I'm wrong. But yeah, I think this card's good for Limited. I don't think this card is good anywhere else. I don't see a world that we play this card in Limited or in Sealed. I'm sorry, oh my god. In Constructed, I just think it's too slow. It costs too much. I don't care that it's inkable. And if I'm going to play a card like this, I'm just going to play Restoring the Crown, even though Restoring the Crown is uninkable. So for all those reasons, no chance I probably play this card in Constructed. But in Limited, I definitely think this card's good. I really, really think this card's good in Limited. Flower. The Shy Skunk is a 3-cost inkable, 3-strand, 3 willpower, 1 lore with the ability Looking for Friends. Whenever you play another character, look at the top card of your deck, put it on either the top or the bottom of your deck. So instead of having Merlin's squirrel, we just get a skunk. Yeah, no, I don't think we're playing this card. Cute though, but I don't think we're playing it. So here's the non-set champs version of Jafar. I don't know why they're so far apart in the album, but he's cool looking, so he's there. We added him. All right, Pinocchio. Pinocchio is a 4-cost inkable amethyst character with the key name or the subname strings attached, 0 strength, 4 willpower, 2 lore with evasive, and the ability got to keep real quiet. Once during your turn, whenever you ready this character, you may draw a card. Very interesting, right? Like, so we obviously we have cards like LeFou, we have cards like Sven. I don't like there's obviously some synergy there, and there's some stuff. Yeah. This is good. Yeah, the mission for sure. It does look like he's coming in to try and steal this key. That's pretty funny. Yeah, I don't know. Like, this one's a tough one, I think. I really do. I think this one's very tough. I think it's interesting. I think the idea that, like, if we can find ways to ready him to draw cards that just make sense, it's fine. But then I start questioning, like, is there better cards that ready that enable me to do cooler things than just draw a card? And it's only once, which is probably, honestly, like, even though it's only once, right? How many times can we actually untap this guy? Yeah, I mean, and this is all might just be true, right? Like, wait 2 turns where use it, and yeah, I don't know. I really, maybe this needed to be like draw 2 cards, you know? Maybe. Tough to say. I don't know. It's tough. I want the card to be good, but maybe it's just not. Maybe it's just not. Time will tell. Maybe there's something that like makes this a little bit more interesting. Tough to say. I just, at least this one's at least this legendary is a legendary, and it feels different, and it has a different keyword, so it makes it feel like that legendary, unlike the Mickey from earlier, where I was like, hey, this Mickey is just Bagheera, but double costed. Like, Bambi. Is there any huge Bambi fans out there that were just like ecstatic to see Bambi in the game? I am not some huge Bambi fan, but I understand that, like, there are some diehard Bambi fans. Like, I totally get it. So, you know, Bambi, the Prince of the Forest, is a 2-cost inkable, 3/2 with 1 lore. That's it. Nothing else. It's notable that the 3/2 stat line is above average, but there's characters that have this stat line that have abilities. There's characters that have the stat line that has more lore. So I don't think that we're gonna have Bambi love. You know, I don't think this is a card that we're gonna be too excited about. But you know, wouldn't you get the Pinocchio trigger at the start of your turn if he's exerted? Let me read that one more time. Once during a turn, whenever you ready this character, you may draw a card. Yes. Yes, you would. So, like, if he lives the turn, and if you get to quest, and if he isn't challenged, then you get to ready him and draw a card. Ooh, that's a lot of ifs, guys. It's a lot of ifs. Ouch. Ouch. Didn't know this was live. What ones have you talked about so far? Honestly, I don't know how many cards we're in. We're only like 20 cards in. We're only like 20 cards in. So, not a huge fan of Bambi, but always a little excited to see a new franchise in the game. That's very good. You know what I'm excited about? So, fun fact, we Tuesday morning, right? We did the reaction, we did the watch along, and I was pretty excited for Jafar and seeing the set championships, and then seeing the Abu come up, and Kylie gets home. Actually, Kylie was off. and we started eating dinner, and then we just start watching Aladdin, and it was really funny to see, like, I don't remember last time I watched Aladdin. Okay, I can't. It was my favorite Disney movie as a kid, like as a child. I think when it came out, I was 4 years old or 3 or 4 years old. So it was probably one of the first ones I like really remember seeing as a kid. And seeing the giant like Abu elephant was just funny after seeing the card reveal because I kind of forgot about it. Like I wasn't thinking about it. But then it was interesting because when you think about some of these cards, like the idea that Abu is an illusion character, and I don't know, I guess for whatever reason in my mind, when I think about illusions, I only think about Jafar and his like sorcerer abilities to create them, and not necessarily the genie. So it was kind of interesting to think that we actually can have like a good and evil concept for illusions. I don't know. Maybe I went on a little bit of a rant there, right? But it was just interesting to think about it that way. Like I hadn't before, but I love the elephant Abu a bunch. So 6 cost inkable, 3/7, 1 lore. It is of course the illusionary. Oh, pachyderm. Is that? I don't know that word. I don't know that word. I'll have to look that one up. If anyone knows the definition of that, hit me up. Let me know. So this is, of course, an amethyst steel dueling card with Vanish. The ability Grasping Trunk. Whenever this character quests, gain lore equal to the lore of chosen opposing character. Oh, it just means elephant? Aha. All right. That's cool. I did not know that. Learn something new every day. Interesting. So whenever this character quests, gain lore equal to the lore of chosen opposing character. Very weird card. It costs 6. It's a 3/7. It has. I don't think this card's playable, right? Like it just costs too much. It relies on your opponent to have a character that you want to gain lore from, so you can't even really like build around it yourself. So yeah, this card's probably not good enough. Pretty interesting though. So all right, right, like even in a world where it cost nothing, right, to play with Jafar, is this still the card you want to put into play? I don't know that this is the card you want to put into play. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm all for free, okay? Like, getting a 6 cost card into play for free is not bad. But I don't know if it's this one. Like, do I have to put this in my deck to hope I get to quest with Jafar to get this? I don't know. Just because there's synergy doesn't mean there's power, and there is no power in that line. Yeah, I don't know. Madame Medusa. She is the Deceiving Partner, 3 cost inkable, 3 strength, 3 willpower, 1 lore, ruby amethyst dueling card with the ability Dual Cross. Whenever you play this character, you may deal 2 damage to another chosen character of yours to return chosen character with 2 or less to their player's hand. This card is kind of mean. I mean, thankfully, this is one of those that like I'm glad it doesn't say 2 damage to any character, and it does say 2 damage to another character. Because if you could just put this into play, do 2 damage to it, and bounce like your opponent's Calhoun, oh man, that would be good. Obviously, it synergizes with some stuff out there already. Like we're already playing the 1 cost 1 or the 2 cost 1/4 queen. We just saw. We're gonna look at it in a second here. The Royal Guard, is a 1 cost 1/4 amethyst character. Like so, there's already ways to utilize this, which I think is kind of cool. And bouncing cards back to your opponent's hand on a character is kind of powerful. I think there's a real world where this card's very good. I could definitely see playing this card. I think in The moment, I mean, I do mean this for true, like the moment we get to rotation, this card absolutely seems very good. Right now, there's obviously a lot of playable 3-cost cards, so it's hard to like match which ones are necessary. But the moment you remove 4 sets of playable cards, this card probably looks to be one of the better cards for sure. I like her. I really do. I like Madame Medusa a lot. I do like it a lot. Even Cusco, right? Like the 1-cost or the 2-cost 1/2 Cusco that when it's banished, like even Diablo, like we can just banish our own Diablo and draw a card. Like all those things seem fine. I think that I could see myself doing any of those things. So yeah, seems fine. I think this card's good. There you go. Perfect time. The Palace card. So yeah, the Palace card being the 1-cost inkable, 1 strength, 4 willpower, 1 lore with vanish. He is the Spectral Sentry. I think that this card is great. Like 1-cost 1/4 meets the requirement of vanish for me. Unlike the carpet where I don't think for 3 you get a 2/4. Like this guy costs 1 and you get a 1/4. I think this card's pretty good. And it really does. I think this card complements this Madame Medusa very easily. So right there, I think you're seeing kind of a combo right before our eyes. So I can definitely see a world where like those things happen. Candy Drift, 2-cost inkable, amber, ruby, dual action with the ability draw a card. Chosen character of yours gets +5 strength this turn. At the end of the turn, banish them. Okay. I like that. I specifically like this card does not say racer. So we don't have to always have a racer to get +5. The banish them at the end of the turn is interesting as well. This can theoretically combo with the King Candy and then force your opponent to banish something. It just seems like so dramatic. Like +5 to any character is just funny to me. And at certain board states, it's going to create lines that you get to just like remove whatever you want from the game, right? So I kind of like it. I think it's fine. Whether or not this card is good and playable is completely debatable, but at least at the very minimum, it replaces itself. And whenever you're buffing, obviously you're able to challenge to take anything out. Like that goes without question, in my opinion. Okay, I'm gonna take a little swig of coffee real quick. Let's come back. Let's have a chat. Let's have a chat, guys. How's everyone doing this morning? We've been live for a little over an hour. We've covered a bunch of cards so far. There's a bunch left. I think after day 1 there was 43 reveals, and this album that we're looking in right now was only day 1. So there's a whole other 24 hours of reveals that aren't even in this album that I got to look at. And if you are tuning in so far, we have our question of the day per usual. What is your favorite card revealed in set 8 so far? I'd love to know. I think there's over 60 reveals already. Like there is a million, not a million, but there is basically almost a third of the set revealed by the end of the day. We might be like a fourth of the set revealed already, which is kind of crazy, right? Fantastical and magical. I do love it. I do love me some Encanto. I do love that song, and I can't wait to talk about it coming up. The app shows 70 revealed already. Okay, so the app got a big update yesterday. That's nice to know. The wardrobe is a good one. The wardrobe is definitely one I'm looking forward to talking about. I think there's been some interesting ones. The set champ Jafar is A+, right? That card is absolutely gorgeous. I am very excited for that one. I think that even in a world where it's not like A+ playable, I think it's so great. We got guys. Oh, wait a minute. We got to come out. We have some famous people in the chat, guys. Oh, I'm being silly right now. We gotta go like this, and then we gotta go like this. And guys, if you haven't seen it yet, right? We got the one, the only, world's casting, Lord Villain. Seriously, shout out to you, Baker. Congratulations. I look forward to hearing you on the casting team for Worlds. Absolutely earned it, 100%. So congratulations to you, sir. Big deal for you, I'm sure. But yeah, 70 in the app so far is kind of crazy. Well, come back down. Where are you at? 70 in the app is pretty crazy, right? Because you get. It's really weird that we're getting the app updates, right? Normally we don't get it. We get like everything at the end, I thought, and you just get like this giant dump of everything. So it's kind of cool that daily we're getting these app updates, you know? I think that's pretty sweet. It's pretty sweet. No. You are. All right. So, let's get back to it. All right, let's get back to it. I drink a little bit more coffee and we'll start yapping again. 6 cost, inkable, 5/5, 2 lore. Alma Madrigal, Accepting Grandmother, is the Amber Amethyst dueling card with the ability The Miracle Is You. Once during your turn, whenever one or more of your characters sings a song, you may ready those characters. So we could talk about this card in a vacuum before we get to the sweet sing together song. I think if we're doing this in order, this card was revealed before Fantastic Magical came out in the middle of the night. So this card came out, and when you first read it and you think about Mirabelle from last set, who is the 3-cost inkable evasive singer 5, you're like, all right, cool, I get to do all this stuff, but what am I doing? You know, like none of the Amber Amethyst songs are that like powerful, they're that great. So you're like, what? Like, why am I accruing these singers? This was it. Like, this was the reason why we were accruing these singers. So I think that's like kind of important. But I think it's hard to talk about this card and not like, we'll come back and remember this card as we go through, because it like this card when it came out, I'm like, who cares? We don't have anything to work towards. But now we do, which makes me excited. Lady, the Decisive Dog, is the 1-cost inkable, 0 strength, 3 willpower, 1 lore, with 2 abilities. By the way, she's also an Emerald dual character. The ability to pack of her own. Whenever you play a character, this character gets +1 strength, and then the ability to take the lead when this character has 3 strength or more. She gets 2 lore. This card's very cool. She's also inkable. Not that like I think that Chernodogs was too worried about uninkable counts. I think that this card is very, very good. It obviously has like the Lady and the Tramp stuff already works into it. There's already a tramp that buffs this. This already kind of enables you to have a 3 lore character pretty quickly. I also love the idea that, you know, this is a 1-cost 0/3. So it survives Strength of Raging Fire. Like it survives kind of like all of those things that you're really worried about in your aggressive strategies that people are trying to use against you. So this is a very easy card that sets up, and like she can just be a 3 lore character. I think this card's very good. I'm very excited for this card. You know, I'm sure the Chernodog fans are happy for it too. The fact that it's inkable is kind of insane, if I'm being completely honest. Like there's so many cards that come out uninkable that you're like, man, why is this card even uninkable? This is like one of those cards where if this card was uninkable, I would totally understand it. Bolt, another wonderful puppy, right? So Bolt, down but not out, is a 3-cost inkable, 0 strength, 4 willpower, 4 lore. This character enters play exerted. What a weird card. It seems great. Like obviously in the face of Fox, this card seems miserable. But the moment rotation hits, you know, how many 4 strength characters are there to be in play on turn 3? How many good ways are there to interact with Bolt in rotation? Right now, I don't know this card's good enough. I'll be completely honest, right? I think the 0/4, everything under the sun's going to turn away and just get rid of it. I don't know that's going to have a lot of legs to stand on. But when the moment you start about talking about rotation, I don't know, man. 4 lore on a 3-cost card, we call that stats. Okay, like that's some stats. This is a very good point. Okay, I'm generally speaking not a Pluto enjoyer, but you can put Pluto, I think it's the friendly dog, on turn 1, and then turn 2, just go, okay, here's my 0/4. Deal with it. Yeah, I think that's kind of cool. I think that there's, thank God, right, that this is a dueling card. This is an Amber Steel card, so we can't combo it with too many things that ready characters. Only the stuff that's in ink color. But I don't know. I think that this one is one of those cards that look like not good enough, and all it takes is like one good deck for it to be like, no, it's okay to put this card in play sideways. I think 4 lore is totally. If it was 3 lore, no chance. 4 lore, you're telling me 20% of the lore I have to gain for 3 ink? That's tough. That's tough. Pluto. Pluto is a 6-cost, inkable, 2 strength, 7 willpower, Amber Steel dueling character, tried and true, with the ability Happy Helper. While this character has no damage, he gets +2 strength and gains support. No. I am definitely not gonna play. I'm not gonna pay 6 ink for this card. It's kind of that simple. So, not a fan. I'm actually not even too happy about it being the promo card. It's also the convention promo card. Seems super meh. Patch. Patch is the 1-cost uninkable, 0 strength, 2 willpower, 1 lore. He is an Amber Sapphire dueling character, the Playful Pup. Has the ward ability and puppy barking. While you have another puppy character in play, this gains 1 lore. Yeah, guys, listen, if we go back to the lady like a couple of slides ago, how is this card uninkable? If we ever wanted puppies to be good, why are we making Patch uninkable? I don't understand. Like, this card totally could have been inkable. If this ability was like gets +1 lore for each puppy, maybe we can get to the point where this is like uninkable. But like, come on, you're telling me like a 1-cost O2 like that quest once for 2 lore is too good in like Amber, like we're talking about Amber Sapphire here, guys. We're not talking about like Amber Amethyst or Amber Steel. Like, no, we're talking about Amber Sapphire. This card totally could have been inkable. That's all I'm saying. I understand that we're almost always going to play this card on 1, so it doesn't like quote matter, but it does. It does. Hoo-wee. I don't know about you guys, but I love this card. So Tramp the Dapper Rascal is a 6-cost inkable, 2 strength, 8 willpower, 2 lore, Amber Emerald dual link character with Shift 4 and the ability Play It Cool. During an opponent's turn, whenever one of your characters is banished, you may draw a card. I absolutely love this card. I think Shift 4 is fine. I think we're going to be able to do that without much of an issue. We have so many playable tramps. And the idea that now we have a way to be like be prepared proof. We have a way to be Sisu proof. Like, this is the card that I think makes all of the difference for that deck. I think that this card seems so good. Even at 6, being a singer, shift singer, right, is awesome. 8 willpower is obviously insane, but like Shift 4, having a singer immediately, like this card can come in, sing We Don't Talk About Bruno immediately. And that's just like, man, this card's so good. Did like did Trainer Dogs really need this card, guy? I just don't even know that Trainer Dogs needed this card. Like, obviously, I know there's fans out there. I know there's some people who are like, oh yeah, this is it. This is the life that I want to live. Man, this card's good. Play it cool. That ability is so very relevant, honestly. Guys, let's have a chat real quick. What is with all the blast for the past comments today? You guys really want that card to be good, huh? What did that come out in? Is that Ursula's Return super rare, right? Blast from the past, and I can't remember the exact wording of that card. It's you get a character back from the discard with the same name of a character in play. Is that what it is? I gotta look it up. I have no idea what this card does. I'm not even kidding. No idea. Let's go look it up. Come on, Dreamborn. Blast. Seriously? All right, so name a card and then return all character cards with that name from your discard to your hand. So, like, the problem with that is that it's not, like, you're not a Chernobog deck anymore then, right? Like, and that's okay, too. Like, maybe we don't have to be a Chernobog deck. Oh, it's set 5. Okay. So in rotation, that's kind of cool. That might be the new Chernobog. Like, maybe that's what the deck transforms into, is it just gives you the ability to put all these ladies and trance back in your hand. That's kind of cool. Yeah, I don't know, maybe. I just think that it's okay. I think that it's okay. I don't know. I don't know that it's like, oh my God, good. I like that people are talking. I love when we can go and ironically look at cards from the past. Haha, pun intended, plays from the past. But I don't know that I'm like excited to play this card yet. I can be convinced, but I don't know. We'll see. Scroll back up. Chernodog is eating good. That I agree. That I do agree. Honestly, the Tramp is as good as Hiram. So play when. Yeah, rotation proof. Big true. Bruno Madrigal, the Singing Seer. 7 cost, uninkable, 3 strength, 7 willpower, 2 lore with shift 5, and the ability Bright Future. When this character sings a song, you may draw a card for each character you have in play. Ho ho, guys! Remember that Alma we were just talking about? This card seems awesome. I gotta quickly look. What other Brunos are we playing here? Is there some good ones, or do I have to play like bad Brunos? All right, so I have to play like not good Brunos. That's upsetting. I mean, I think the evasive one is okay. The 4 cost 3/3. But I don't know. It's tough. I like this card. Obviously, drawing a card for each character you have in play is pretty strong. But man, I don't know. Like, I will say this much. No, I built a Madrigal deck at the beginning of set 6 or set 7, and it was missing a lot of key pieces for like doing stuff. At least this card kind of enables you doing stuff, and then it like replenishes you immediately. So maybe there's something along those lines. It's very tough. There's another card that probably could have been inkable and it would have been fine. Yeah, I don't know. This one seems like a card that the Madrigals needed, but it doesn't mean that the Madrigals are going to be good because of it, right? I don't know. That's tough. I like everything that I'm reading. I just don't know that if like synergy meets it. And the shift mechanic while I'm glad it has this keyword, we need a Bruno that we can actually shift on that's not miserable. Tough to say. Tiana. 4 cost, uninkable, 2 strength, 4 willpower, 1 lore with Singer 6, and the ability Captivating Melody. Whenever you play a song, each opposing character gets -1 strength until the start of next turn. So this card works very well with Under the Sea decks. I wonder if there's some synergy there. I wonder if that's like enough to say like, oh, with Under the Sea, like now if I can stick this card, and then when I sing Under the Sea, wait, no, it doesn't work actually. Oh, that's actually a big bummer. And I mean, if there's a judge in the chat, they can tell me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure the Captivating Melody would go into the bag, but it wouldn't resolve until after you complete Under the Sea. So it doesn't even work. That sucks. All right. That's no fun. Not a fan. If I'm wrong and there's a judge in the chat, yeah, okay. That's what I thought. Yeah, that's what I thought. What a big bummer. What a big bummer. This card just got so much worse. So it is the start of your next turn. So like that helps a little bit, but I mean, like it's a 2/4. And it's uninkable. Ugh. This one's sad. This makes me sad, guys. I don't know. Maybe this card's fine. Maybe you get to sing a song before Under the Sea, and that way, like, yeah, someone just pointed out like double sing with Ursula. So if we set up like a weird line with that, where Ursula can go in and just like, I don't know, double sing whatever card you can think of, it gives the entire board -2, and then we can sing Under the Sea. I don't know. Like, is this better than Kita though? That's difficult. That's difficult. Oh well, that's Disney Lorcana. We can't have all the nice things all the time, guys. We just can't do it. All right, this is the last card in the album. Minnie Mouse, Daring Defender, inkable, 4 cost, 0 strength, 8 willpower, 1 lore, Amber Ruby dueling character, Bodyguard, and the ability True Valor. This character gets +1 strength for each 1 damage on her. I really, really, really wish this card was Emerald Ruby. Like, if this card was Emerald Ruby, I would be over the moon for it. But it's not. And therefore, I don't like it. I don't know. We're kind of already seeing, like in this set alone, people have been playing the Queen of Hearts, but it's not like this like overjarringly good card. And I look at this the same way. Right now, pre-rotation, like maybe it's fine in the steel decks, right? Like I guess that's cool. But the steel decks can also just run a dude into it and then play the song and finish it off, and the ability means nothing. I don't know. I'm not crazy sold. All right, so now I have to go back and figure out where that post was and then scroll all the way up from it because there's so many. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, I see some new cards that were revealed. I don't think we got the spheres. No. All right, let's see. Dun, 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 dun. Trying to figure out where we ended. Is it this one? I think it is. I think it's the wardrobe. All right. So, this is the wardrobe. I don't have the translated version here. Is it? I know what this card does though. So it's the wardrobe, and then it's a 4 cost, inkable, 3 strength, 4 willpower, 1 lore. With, I don't know the name of the ability, sadly, but what it is exert this, discard an item. and draw 2 cards. Is it banish an item or discard an item? Does anyone know? Is this translation bad? Like, did we get a better translation that says banish an item? Like, if it's discard, it's 2 very different things. Is this in the app already? It is discard. That's a bummer. Oh man, that card's so much worse. Well, I mean, I guess it's kind of the same. No, it's not the same, right? Man, if this was banished, that'd be way cooler. If this was just like literally set 8 Hiram in a world where they didn't plan on banishing Hiram, it'd be kind of funny. She is not in the American app yet. Just disappointing. I don't know. Like, I understand why people would be excited for this card, but discarding an item is much different than banishing one. Obviously, if we get to discard our, lucky dime and then just get to get it back later, it's fine. Drawing 2 cards is definitely powerful. The 3/4 is fine. I assume that if we put this card into play on turn 3, at the very least, we will get to activate it once, discard a card, and draw 2 cards. But I don't know how great that is. Like, and we might be living in a world where it's good enough. A lot of the stuff right now, when you're talking about deck building in a world for Sapphire decks without Hiram, you have to talk about it in this world that, like, we just don't live in the all-powerful, all-seeing world of Hiram Flavor Sham anymore. So we kind of just have to take what we can get. And this card might be the epitome of it has to be good enough. I don't know. I feel like I'm reaching. Let's see. Oh, by the way, can we talk about how cool this is? Did anyone see this yet? This is a little off topic today, but guys, can you believe that China is going to get uncut sheets? Like, uncut sheets of enchanteds for their prizing? I mean, come on. Where is this in our DLCs? Where is this on our prize wall? Hello? And can we talk about how there are 6? Like, chapter 1 there is 6 of each enchanted there? That's insane. Can you, like, I know the Chinese enchanteds are cheaper than ours, right? But getting 6 of them is still kind of insane, right? So the locations don't make it weird for what it's worth. That's not what makes the Into the Inklands one weird. What makes the Into the Inkland one weird is that we went from 12 to 18. That's the big thing. Like, I don't think the locations do anything. They don't make it weird at all. We just went from 12 to 18. So that was the big deal. Like, you just gained 6 more enchantments. Oh, sorry, Jorge. But yeah, I mean, this is like an insane prize for DLCs. Kind of crazy. All right, so now we know we have to go this way. Hey, we have Chap. 1 cost, inkable, 1 strength, 3 willpower, 1 lore, vanilla character. There is a shiftable, Chippendale. So maybe. I don't think so, though. Huey, Dewey, and Louie. I do love the continuous art going to the extent of 3 cards. That is so cool, right? Well, I guess we'll just go in order, right? We got Louie here, who is a 3 cost, inkable, 2 strength, 3 willpower, 2 lore with the ability spring the trap. While this character is being challenged, the challenging character gets -1 strength. Kind of interesting. Dewey is just a 4 cost, 4/4, 1 lore vanilla character. And then Huey is a 2 cost, uninkable, 2 strength, 3 willpower, 1 lore with the ability I Know the Way. Whenever this character quests, you pay 1 less for the next character you play this turn. So, like, Huey is very interesting. I mean, that's a 2 cost 2/3 1 lore Lantern. And I know it's not Lantern to the extent of it's reusable over and over again, but a 2/3 is not nothing. If this card was like a 2/1, it would be awful. But I think a 2/3, even just getting the ability once is kind of good. But there's a non-0% chance that you might get that ability twice. If you're on the play, right? Like turn 1 Cindy protects my turn 2 Huey, and then turn 3, like you can also just be able to bodyguard up. Like you can use one of the bigger bodyguards. I think Huey's actually a pretty reasonable card to play, in all honesty. Pretty good. I don't know. I think Huey's pretty good. I really do. I think Huey is actually pretty good. Yeah, like Doc's a 3 cost though. Like Huey starting on turn 2 is pretty relevant. Like getting 4 costs into play on turn 3 is pretty relevant, for sure. Like you have to look at it. You have to look at it like I don't need Pluto on 1 to play Doc on 2. Like I just get to play Huey on 2, and it's not only a lantern. Like it's still stats, So I think that this card certainly can be good. I think this card's certainly playable. I really do. I also love that he is I know the way, and he's the one in lead, right? Like just nice little fun on the art there. Cute. No, I keep going the wrong way. So we have Brutus and Nero. 4 costs. Brutus is a 4 cost inkable, 4 strength, 3 willpower, 1 lore. The fearsome crocodile with the ability Spiteful. During your turn, when this character is banished, if one of your characters was damaged this turn, gain 2 lore. During your turn, when this character is banished. So, like, if he banishes himself, we get to gain 2 lore, and he has the ability to do more. That's kind of cool. I don't know if it's good. It doesn't sound very great, but it's cool. Interesting. I don't know. It seems bad, right? Card's not good. just chat, let me know. Card's not good, right? Like it's just I'm reaching. Narrow is the 2 cost uninkable, 2 strength, 3 willpower, 1 lore with the ability End Mean, Exert, move 1 damage counter from this character to chosen. Yeah, this card's not good. All right, Nero is not good. Brother Nero, as AJ pointed out, is cool, but not good. I do love the continuous art again. I really love, the Jafar and Aladdin Agrabah settings and all these cards. I think it's so cool looking. I don't know. Brutus is interesting. I don't think it's good enough, but I don't know. Maybe there's some niche reason for this card. I'm probably reaching. It seems, obviously, it's very good in Limited. This card's absolutely playable in Limited. This card, this ability, super specific. Like this, like move 1 damage from this character. That's a lot of like super, super rough art or rough ability. I don't know. Not a fan. But yeah, seriously. The background art in this set is absolute fire. 100%. I keep going the wrong way, guys. I'm going to leave the mouse over there. Chief Bogo. By the way, I love, before I talk about the card, we really need more card arts revealed with the cards. This is so cool. Like getting this full scene, seeing, everything going on. I love it. I really wish they would do this more often. I think that this is just so cool. It's like the one takeaway. I like that we get it here and there, but I would love to see it specifically. Like, listen, if it's a legendary card, 100%. If it's like the set championship card, like I would love to see the full art of the set championship card, things like that. I think it's cool. Anyway, so the card itself is a Chief Bogo. The commanding officer is a 6 cost inkable, 5 strength, 5 willpower, 1 lore with the ability Sending Backup. During an opponent's turn, whenever one of your characters with Bodyguard is banished, you may reveal the top card of your deck. If it's a character card with cost 5 or less, you may play that character for free Otherwise, put it on the bottom of your deck. Okay, so it turns all of my bodyguards into Mufasa, but it forces me to play cards that cost 5 or less, which is inverse Mufasa, because I want to flip like big cards with Mufasa. I don't know. Do you guys really think this card's good? Like, I don't know that this card's good. I think it's interesting. I like getting free cards. But you know, like it has to be a bodyguard. So how many bodyguards are we playing? You know, like normally when we play a bodyguard, it's to keep like it's for like Shenpo that's massive and he doesn't get removed. It's for Pluto and he's like massive. This card also costs 6. So do I really want to play this Chief Bogo in my like Diggy Dug deck? I don't know. I'm not feeling it, honestly. I'm really not feeling it. I think this card at 5 cost, maybe we can have a better conversation about it. But I think it's 6. I'm not feeling it. I think it's kind of meh. And then I hate the idea that I'm like forced into playing cards that cost less than 5. You know, like I got to play this card that costs 6. And if I flip this card on my bodyguard, I don't even get to keep it. I really don't think this card's that good. I'm just being real. I don't think this card's that good. I can be wrong. Oh, Bambi. Another absolutely beautiful enchanted. Loving the, like, we've already seen 2 enchants so far. Man, I'm loving them. Absolutely loving them. So this Bambi is a 3-cost uninkable, 1 strength, 1 willpower with 3 lore. The Little Prince. 2 abilities. Say hello. Whenever you play this character, gain 1 lore. So it's a 3-cost 1/1 that when we play it, we gain 1 lore. And the ability Kind of Bashful. Whenever an opponent plays a character, return this character to your hand. Okay, so it's a walking spellbook. If my opponent does not play a character and does not remove this, I get to exert and gain 3 lore. So it has the potential, at the very minimum, right? It has the potential to be a 3-cost uninkable, gain 4 lore. Maybe that's okay. I don't know. The question becomes, is it good enough if it's only ever gain 1 lore? Right? Like, we are never singing with this card ever. Like, that is not happening. I don't know. I feel like this card's not good enough. Is this card legendary? Do we see the normal version of this card? I will not be streaming the lore Conacast today. I will be potentially rating them. When are they start at 1, right? Is that what the time? Does anyone know that? I believe they're starting at 1. I will probably be getting off because I don't have anyone to I have to pick up the kids today. So on like Tuesday where I got someone to pick up the kids for me, I'm going to pick up the kids today. I think so. It is legendary. So the ability on it being legendary makes sense. Yeah, I don't know, guys. Does anyone like this card? I love that it's enchanted. Like as an enchanted, I love it. But I don't know. I don't know that it's good. I don't know. That's tough. This one's a very tough one to gauge, in my opinion. Not easy. Yeah, the art's absolutely phenomenal. It's a self-bouncing white rose, but like it's uninkable, right? Like it's uninkable. It's not the same. And white rose has stats. White rose more often than not, challenges. Like, I don't know about you, but I challenge a bunch with my White Rose. So you can't challenge with that card. White Rose is so good because it's universal in like, hey, I can decide to trade up and use my character on like when going second. You can never use Bambi going second. Like going second, Bambi is terrible. Like gaining one lore is not worth it if I'm getting it time walk back to my hand. Like it's not very good. So I don't know. Tough to say. Tramp, the Observant Guardian, as a 3-cost, inkable, 3-strength, 3 willpower, 1 lore, with the ability How Do I Get In? When you play this character, chosen character gains ward until the start of your next turn. This card seems good, I think. So it kind of enables it definitely, all right, this is a little bit different, but it enables like the combo strategies in a big way. This could enable like it's all right. So coming from someone that's been playing the Sapphire Emerald item deck, and I've been playing that terrible item that you have to like banish it to give something ward, and it's really to protect a card like Sheriff of Nottingham. It's used to protect a card like Tamatoa. This way, like it has ward and they can't interact with it right away, and you get to utilize it to its best of ability. So because this card exists, it does kind of give you the ability to protect a card that's relevant. And for 3 cost on a 3/3, it has the stats that it's not awful in the mid game. So this is not Pete, right? Like it's not Pete Games referee, but think of it like that. Think of it like how Pete, when in Sapphire Steel, like combo decks with wheel and stuff like that, they're like, oh, Aerial Treasure Collector and Pete, I protect everything. I get to untap and I gain all my lore. That's kind of what this Tramp can do. In a little bit of the same vein. So while it's not as easy and as free and powerful as Pete, it's very similar to that concept. So that's what I look at this card as, is like an Emerald Pete for its own type of reasoning. So I really like the idea that it's possibly good just because of that. And then to say that it's also a 3/3, I think that this card, it might have some opportunity cost there, There's some opportunity cost there. It does choose itself. Relevant. Very, very relevant. Yelena. I love her, by the way. Just as much as I love Jafar, like I love Jafar, Aspiring Ruler. I love Yelena, the Northaldra, I believe it's pronounced correctly, right? Northaldra. The Northaldra leader is the 2. So she is a 3-cost inkable, 2 strength, 3 willpower, 2 lore with the ability We Only Trust Nature. When you play this character, chosen character gains Challenger +2 this turn. So yeah, in rotation, this card is the 100% replacement to Crab. And it has 2 lore, which I love. I love, games ending. So I think this card is very good. I think that, I don't know how great it is right now in a world where we still have Crab in rotation for Amethyst decks, but I really, really do think that in rotation, this card becomes a potential staple. 2 lore is great. I think it really does matter. So I think this card might be slept on for a little bit, but I do think it's one of those cards that once rotation hits, it's a big deal. And 2 lore is nothing to shy away about at all. So I don't know. I think it's fine. I think the card's good. Lady, the Family Dog. 3 costs, inkable, 2 strength, 2 willpower, 2 lore. Someone to care for. When you play this character, you may play a character with cost 2 or less for free. Okay, guys, listen. Let's come back. Let's take another drink of our coffee. Okay. Guys, This card is Cobra, right? Like, this card is Cobra, but I get to play a character for free. Like, this card says, play lady, play Doc, draw 2 cards. Wow, this card is so good. I mean, like, on 3, we can, turn 1, Daisy Duck, turn 2, character, turn 3, lady, put Simba into play and bodyguard it. Like, meanwhile, I still played another character that's a 2/2 with 2 lore. Like, this card's insane. This card's so good. Thank God it's a rare. Someone said starter deck. Is this starter deck confirmed? Did we see starter decks? Did I miss it? I might have seen it, and I like. There's been so many things that have come out in the last 72 hours. Ha! Yeah, this card's insane, guys. So good. So good. I love it. This card's gonna be great. I think that this is a slam dunk good card. If that's a starter deck, I'm gonna buy for because I think if it's a starter deck card, it's definitely one of the foils in it. This card's slam dunk. If you're an aggro player, you're eating good with Lady right now. All right, you are eating good. I was talking about how I got the Bell and B starter deck from Arcasia's Island. Oh, okay. I got you. All right. Yeah, Lady, she's insane. Family dog, insane. Jock. A tentative uncle. 4 cost, inkable, 3 strength, 4 willpower, 1 lore with the wonderful ability, Voice of Expertise. When you play this character, if you have 3 or more other characters in play, gain 2 lore. Yeah, I mean, Trader Dogs kind of loves this card. I could see them playing it, right? They can easily have 3 or more cards and play to gain 2 lore. I don't know. It's probably not good enough. It's probably unnecessary, but maybe, maybe this card's fine. I think for 4, Go-Go is almost always going to be better than this. So that's kind of where I have to compare it to. Like, where am I going to play this card? Where am I going to use it? How relevant is it? I think that if I start looking at cards by comparison, then I probably just want to be shifting in Tramp. I probably just want to be utilizing Go-Go. So, I mean, I think it's fine, but I don't think it's going to be a card that we see too much. Maybe, maybe it finds its way as like a one of. Who knows? Hard to say. Jumba. 4 cost, inkable, 1 strength, 6 willpower, 2 lore. And that's it. That's all we have to say about it, right? It looks cool. If the foil is done right, this probably looks great, but we're not playing this card in any constructed deck. Limited, I don't know. Maybe it's fine. Maybe the stats are fine. What do we have here? We have March here? Or is this, what is this? This is the rabbit, right? I can't remember this guy's name right now. Plain Jane Hiram. So it's a 4 cost, inkable, 3 strength, 4 willpower, and has the ability, when you play this character, you may deal 2 damage to chosen damage character. Okay, so it is, so it's just March Hare? Okay. So when you play this character, you may deal 2 damage to chosen damage character. The fact that this card's inkable makes me interested. I think this card's very good and limited. That's for sure. But this card might be good enough. Like, finishing off a character is pretty interesting. The Emerald Ruby strategies, which feel very underpowered, they don't hate a card like this. This card seems fine for them. If we're talking about Queen of Hearts decks and things like that, I think that this card fits very well into them. So I don't know. Maybe it's too much synergy, not enough power. But I think that the card is like maybe okay. It's definitely test worthy, I should say. Whether or not it ends up being playable becomes a debate. But I think there's a world where you're like, okay, I'll play a couple of copies of this to start the set, see if it fits, see if it matters. I would have loved for it to just be a straight 4/4, but I understand why it couldn't be. I would have loved a second lore. Like there's plenty of like cogs that we could have turned to make this a little bit more exciting, but maybe that's the problem, right? Like maybe it's just not good enough. I don't know. It'd have been nice. Have I talked about the gigantic Minky? Yeah, I talked about giant Mickey. Trials and Tribulation, 2-cost Inkable. Action Amber Song. And chosen character gets -4 strength until the start of your next turn. Sure. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't know. Is this card really exciting? No. I wish this card was similar to Paint the Roses Red, where we got to draw a card. That would have been cool, right? Like, if this was sing -4 strength to something and draw a card, I think we're way closer. But just -4, I'm not buying it. You know, I don't know. Not a fan. Like, yeah, I mean, I get like, you know, yes, but no. Yeah, like yes, but no. I don't know. I think Paint the Roses Red is still better than this for that ability, Like, I'd rather be drawing cards. Like, I'd much rather be drawing cards than just bouncing them. The start of your next turn is relevant, okay? Like, that is relevant text. It has the ability to, like, shut something off. I don't know. It seems meh. Poe Dispel. 3 cost, 3/4, 1 lore. That's it, right? Like, it's a wardrobe from chapter 1 that we're getting in chapter 8. That's it. The card's fine. Yay. If you're a deep cut fan, yay. But meh. Seems meh. Undermine. 2 cost inkable action for Emerald Ruby. Chosen opponent chooses and discards a card. Chosen character gets +2 strength this turn. So this card does both of those things. It's not like one of the other abilities. It's not like pull the lever where you get to choose one. Like, this card actually gets to do both, which is great because Emerald Ruby needs all the help it can get. So because of that, I think that like this card is at least very interesting. Card's a slam dunk and limited, like great. I don't know, like the strength could be relevant, I guess. Like a lot of these decks that we've seen so far are based around evasive characters. They're based around like putting damage on opponents. So I'm sure we can find a reason, to do it. Yeah, like reletting with Robin Hood seems fine. Like, we have to discard a card. I do wish that it was +2 strength until the start of your next turn for Robin Hood. Like, it would make the Robin Hood a 3 strength character, which elites means like when they run stuff into it, you get to take out, and that would have been kind of cool. So maybe that's what's missing, but I don't know. Like, the card seems fine. I don't know that it's. We talk about things of like, oh man, I want like making me want to go play Emerald Ruby. I don't know if this card makes me want to go play Emerald Ruby, right? Like, and because of that, like that's kind of the argument. So all kind of difficult, I guess. All right, I'm going. Did we confirm, guys? Is the lorecast or the lorecast? Is that it? 1, right? 1 o'clock. Just want to go confirm. I want to make sure I'm not crazy. Let's see. If anyone else can confirm for me, that would be great. Please do. Please do. All right, let's talk about Honey Lemon. So Honey Lemon is a 4-cost, inkable, 3 strength, 3 willpower, 2 lore, Emerald Sapphire character. The costume catalyst, 10 p.m. PST. Okay, cool. she has the ability, let's do this. Whenever you play a Floodborn character, if you use shift to play them, you may return chosen character to their player's hand. Okay, so this is a rotted Bucky text without ward. With like a mother's knows best ability. Man, this does a lot. Like it does a lot, but it does nothing. The real problem with this card is that on turn 4, we just want to be playing the Floodborn characters, right? So this is like saying like, hey, you have to take a turn off from shifting, which enables us to be challenging or enables us to be questing, enables us to be singing. Like it takes away all of those things that we want to do on turn 4 to play this card. However, it does work very well with Clarabelle. You know, like if we can sneak a clumsy Clarabelle into play somewhere between 1 and 3, that means on turn 4 we can play the Honey Lemon, which is in some ways effectively taking a turn off. And then on turn 5, we can shift in Clarabelle, bounce, you know, we get the let's do this, bounce a character back to their hand. We can then sing with Clarabelle and sing with Honey Lemon, do 2 things, maybe bouncing more cards back to their hands and things like that. I don't know. It seems blah, right? Like it doesn't seem good enough. It seems like too slow. So I think this one really, again, it's also like, it's not when you play a Floodborn character, it's when you shift a Floodborn character. So like that layer also kind of makes it blah. Seems blah. Seems just not good enough. I don't know. Seems too slow. Captain Hook. This card's crazy, guys. I've never seen him before. Can you believe this guy? 1 cost, inkable, 1 strength, 2 willpower, 1 lore, the forceful duelist, challenger +2. This card's out of this world good. I've been waiting forever, since like August of 2023 to play this card. I love it. You know, I love that we're getting a reprint. I love I love the new art. The new art is A+, right? It's very, very interesting that we're getting reprinted cards in set 8. I think that's very, very cool. Do I think Sneeb will get reprinted? I have no idea. But I think that it's very, very cool that for whatever reason, they thought, you know, like they thought like, hey, this is it. This is when we want to start reprinting cards. And, you know, Captain Hook, it's a nostalgic card for set 1. I think that's cool. So I think it's great. I think it's really cool that we got this card. I think it's interesting knowing that rotation was coming. And in all honesty, like, I think it's a really interesting topic in general. And I don't want to get too far off base before we finish the cards, but them announcing rotation for set 9 before we got set 8 is a really interesting theory. A lot of people thought it wasn't long enough. I think it's fine, in all honesty. Right now, I think it would have been fine to announce rotation not until they fully announced Fables. Like if we started the first lore cast with Fabled and said, okay, by the way, guys, the first part about this is that we're going to announce rotation, I think it would have been fine. So getting rotation now and the information about it is all very interesting. It enables, I guess it kind of enables stores to plan for it better, but realistically, there was no good time for stores to react to this. The moment the news goes live, stores get screwed. So, but when you have a reprint in the set, it makes sense to say like, oh, by the way, there's a rotation happening. Because otherwise, if you just put Captain Hook in the set with like no real reason behind it and no like thought about, hey, there's a rotation, everyone's like, why didn't you just put the ability on another character? So I don't know. I think it's fine. He's fine. He's cool. Oh, went the wrong way. But let's talk about the other card. Captain Hook, the Pirate King. 5 cost, inkable, 4 strength, 5 willpower, 2 lore, shift 3, and the ability, give them all you got. Once during your turn, whenever an opposing character is damaged, Your pirate characters get +2 strength and gain resist to this turn. So obviously, Emerald Steel Pirates gets another card, right? Fine, I will answer this card. I'll answer this real quick. Can you now play 4 set 1 and 4 set 8 hooks in your deck? No, you cannot. They are still the same character with the same subname. Therefore, you can only choose one or the other. You cannot play 8 of them. Hopefully that explains it easy enough, but it's as simple as that. They have the same name and subname. Obviously, in deck building, you can play the same number. You can play any number of Elsas, but you can only play Elsa of the Fifth Spirit. So you can play any number of Captain Hooks, but you can only play 4 Forceful Duelists and 4 the Pirate Kings. Hopefully that simplifies it all for everyone. So yeah, Emerald Steel characters or Emerald Steel Pirates is something they pushed a little bit in set 7. Now we're kind of getting it in set 8. It does kind of it does kind of read very similar to the Mushu. But it is interesting to me. It's like once during your turn, whenever an opposing character is damaged, so the card has to be damaged first in order to turn on this pirate ability. Very interesting. Shift 3, very relevant. I think that's very good. It's another Shift 3 character on some pretty fair stats. It's not unheard of to be able to, sing a damaging card with a character and then get the ability, like giving Smee resist 2 and +2 strength is relevant, So I don't know. We'll see. I think it's cool. I think the Emerald Steel Pirates will love it. I think it's definitely a good card for them. Whether or not it sees much play out of that seems very difficult, right? Tough to say. Quick Shot, also known as Dick Burns. That's the nickname I will have for this card for now and forevermore. It's also probably the card that he's going to sign the most of. 2 cost, uninkable, steal action, deal 1 damage, a chosen character, draw a card. All right. I could have lived in this world where this card was inkable. I don't think we had to punish it so hard to be uninkable. I would have loved. I just feel like because this card's uninkable, you just can't play it. If it was inkable, at least it'd be fine. It's already situationally okay. So it probably will not see any play, which is sad. Fantastical and magical. I love it. Sing together. Guys, listen. This is the card. This card should have been in set 7. They shouldn't have made us wait an entire set for this card because, 9 cost uninkable is a lot. Okay, it's a lot. It really is. But it is a Sing Together 9, which is nice. It's an Amethyst Sing Together song, and for each character that sang this song, draw a card and gain 1 lore. And listen, I know for a fact that we're going to ask this question, so we're going to answer it, okay? Sing Together 9 does not mean, okay? It does not mean that you only have to have 9 cost worth of cards that sing it. Technically speaking, we could have 5 characters in play that have a sum total of 18 ink, and all 5 of them can still sing this song. Okay, so that means all 5 of them can sing the song, and we can, for each character that sang it, draw a card and gain 1 lore. That's insane. And then, because of the Alma, right, from a little bit ago, like a half hour ago at some point, we get to do other cool stuff. Any of those cards that read when a character sings, do another thing, very, very interesting. This card, I think, is awesome. I really do. I think this is the card that the Encanto decks most certainly have been waiting for, and it's perfectly themed for them. It's a big payoff for being in them. What I will find most interesting, if there's going to be other decks that find a true use for this, I gotta give a little bit of a shout out to JD here. JD's Quest has been begging for a 9-cost song that can be sung by the Into the Inklands. I call her the Kraft Mac and Cheese Cinderella. I love that this card does not work with her at all. Like, they could have just as easily made this card read for each character you have in play, draw a card and gain 1 lore, and it would have made that Cinderella instantly great. Like, instantly. That card's stock would have went way up. We would have played it. It would have been, no, didn't happen. That Cinderella, still unplayable. Yeah, I just think it is kind of funny. So yeah, I think that Fantastic Madrigal is a really cool card. I love that it has a payoff for it. I love that it really it just has this La Familia feeling, you know? I think that's really great. I really do. I love it. I'm a big fan of it. I think this card could be sneaky good. Like, a 9-cost uninkable, pretty hard to play, but the payoff for this is pretty real. You know, I think it's pretty real. How does it work with Ursula double sing ability? Does it double the effect, or is the second one a dud? Okay, so sing together 9 for each character that sang this song. Draw 1 card and gain 1 lore. Huh. So okay, the reason why, no, yeah, it would work, right? It doesn't work. Why doesn't it work? For each character that sang the song, draw a card. So the second time you play it, all right, I got to read Ursula real quick. Because I think the problem here is that Ursula just plays it but doesn't sing it, right? Is that the answer? I think that's the answer. If I could spell Ursula, I could confirm it. I think the answer is that the second time is that no one sang it. That's going to be the answer, which I've already seen some people say in chat. So whenever you play this character, whenever this character sings a song, you may play that song again from your discard for free. So yeah, so the second one becomes an absolute dud because it's not being sang. That's the answer. So cool. Easy enough. Good question though. That's a good question. Come back. Go away. Thank you. Thank you for everyone that was quicker. You were quicker than me than Dreamborn loaded. But yeah, I think this card's sweet. I really do. I think it's a great card. LeFou. What does our wonderful LeFou do? Oh no. Why is there a post but there's no... What does this guy do? I don't know what this guy does. How dare? Who posted? I think Scott posted this. How did Scott post this without translation? I don't even know what this card does. I have no idea. I feel bad now. Any character? Okay, no. 2 cost, inkable, 2/2, 1 lore. I don't know why Scott posted this. Scott, I'm yelling at you. Discard an item. Discard an item, gain 1 lore. Is that what it is? Is that what it is? Just discard an item, gain a lore. I can see object here. I can see gain a lore. Is it anything cooler than that? That's pretty boring. I thought it was bad. It says discard. D objects. Drain 1 lore. So it's, oh, okay. So it's everything for me. Thank you. Everything for me. Banish 1 of your items to make an opponent lose 1 lore and gain 1 lore. Okay. All right. Thank you. Shout out to you. All right. Shout out to Crazy Chew. Thank you. Okay. So 2 cost, 2/2. Banish an item. Drain. Gain. I don't love it. Yeah. I guess, yeah, I don't like this card. I'm not a fan. Does it work with that workshop card? The carriage or whatever? If I could spell, it would be helpful. Let's see. I can't remember what. Okay, unconventional tool is an interesting one. So Maurice's machine. When this item is banished, you may return an item card with 2 cost or less from a discard pile. So, like, I don't know. Does it make Maurice's machine good? No, right? I don't know. It's fine, I guess. I'm not crazy about it. It seems meh. Seems meh. Only so much room. 4 cost, inkable, amber, emerald, dual action. Return chosen character with 2 or less to their player's hand, and then return character from your discard to your hand. So we get to bounce a 2 or less character. Oh, or return chosen character with 2 or less. No, to their player's hand. And okay, so it does both. Okay. So yeah, it does both of these things. So we get to bounce a character and return a character. For 4, seems expensive. Seems kind of expensive. I guess it really depends on what we're bouncing of theirs. Like, if I get to bounce their genie and then return a card, like, maybe that's okay. But I still think it's probably too expensive. So I'm not. You can also bounce your own card back to your hand. That's actually maybe more intriguing. We get to bounce our own tramp back to our hand. Like, maybe that's cool. Seems slow. This one probably had to be an action. This one probably had to be an action for 4. I don't know. This card seems interesting. It's hard to gauge. My gut feeling says it's not good enough. That's my gut. Normally I'm pretty good with that. So I don't know. We'll see. Whoa, we got Pua. Pua is a 3 cost, 2/2 with 1 lore. It is the protective pig. It has Bodyguard. And when this character is banished, you may draw a card. Why is Pua a dual link amber amethyst card? You know? What's that about? I love Pua. I don't really get it, though. I like this ability. Like, everything about this card is completely fine, but it's not very good, right? Like it's really funny to think that Pua is Maleficent sorcerer on crack. Like a 3/3/2/2 with Bodyguard seems awesome. Like in chapter 1. In set 8, it's probably just not good enough. Probably not good enough. So this is Antonio's cheetah or jaguar, right? I'm sorry, jaguar. My bad. Don't get upset. And this is a 2 cost, 1 strength, 4 willpower, 1 lore with the ability when you play this character. If you have a character called or named Antonio Madrigal in play, you gain 1 lore. Cool, I guess. Meh. Nothing crazy. Nothing crazy. Rolly. I guess this guy got released after. Was he revealed? He might have been revealed while I was editing the video for tonight. So Rolly is a 4 cost, inkable, 2 strength, 3 willpower, 1 lore. He has support. And then his ability is when you play this character, you may play a character card from your discard pile into your ink pool face down and exhaust it. That's kind of interesting. That's kind of interesting. Okay. I don't know. Maybe this is fine. I love that he's called the chubby puppy. That's kind of funny. I don't know. It's hard to say. Like, I like what this card is doing. I like getting a free ink. Basically, like saying that like I could just ramp any character from my discard into my inkwell is kind of cool. But you are playing Amber Sapphire, so I don't know how great it is. It's tough. A part of me thinks this card's good in a nice way. I like that it says character and not puppy. right? Like if this was just explicitly puppy, I don't think it would be very good. But I do wonder. I wonder if there's like any way that this is a playable card for Amber Sapphire in not a puppy deck. Hard to say though. Okay. So this is a 2-cost inkable emerald item. What is okay. Each time you play a character using its shift ability, the character gains +4 strength for the rest of the turn. Okay. I don't see it. I don't know. It's interesting, but I don't know that it's very good. I'm not a fan. Anyone a fan? I'm not a fan. I think this card's like not it. I like the art's really cool though. It's different. Reminds me of like a weird Nerf gun. But yeah, I don't know. Not a fan. Not crazy about it. Perdita. Perdita is a 2-cost inkable, 1 strength, 4 willpower, 1 lore. She is on the lookout with the ability keeping watch. While you have a puppy character in play, this gets +1 willpower, so it becomes a 1/5. Why isn't this card a bodyguard? If this Perdita was a bodyguard and she was just a 1/5, like, all right, at least she's doing some cool stuff with a cool stat line. But as a 1/5, just being a 1/5, like, yeah, she does break the stat line curve, but meh. Meh. She is a shiftable target. I guess that's cool. That's probably it. I don't know. Meh. We already covered the friend out, didn't we? Are we back? I guess somehow I included the friend out earlier. I don't know how. King Candy is a 3-cost inkable. 3 strength, 2 willpower, 1 lore. Amber Ruby dueling character with the name Sugar Rush Nightmare and the ability A New Roster. When this character is banished, you may return another racer card from your discard. Whoa, hold up. Hold up. Wait a minute, guys. So we have the King Candy from Arceus Island that reads, whenever a racer is banished, your opponent has to banish a character, right? And now we have, whenever this character is banished, you may return another racer card back. So now, like, if this is the card that gets banished, I get to banish whatever I challenged. My opponent has to banish another card, and I get a racer back? That seems good. I think this is good, right? Like, this is creating some synergy for sure. Huh. I'm sorry. I'm kind of like in the tank a little bit. I'm trying to think if like this is like actually good enough. I think it's very interesting. I think it has it has everything we want it to have in the racer deck. So I think that this card's good. That's funny. I think this card. I think this card's good. I think that this makes the racers kind of good. I like this card a bunch. I like this card a bunch. I think this is a very logical thing. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Donald Duck. This was found in the app apparently. 8-cost inkable, 4 strength, 8 willpower, 2 lore. It has the ability. Its name is the Coin Collector, and it has 2 abilities. Hey Piggy Piggy. For each item named the Nephew's Piggy Bank you have in play, you pay 2 less to play this character. And then the ability Money Everywhere. When you play this character, your other characters gain exert, draw a card this turn. What? What is the piggy bank card? Is that out here? Do we have that card? Do we get the piggy bank card? No. All right, we'll come back to that. I guess I don't know what the piggy bank card does. It's hard to. I gotta understand what the nephew's piggy bank card is. Like, I don't know. As a 6 cost for each item, it's for each item too. As a 6 cost 4/8 that gives this ability, it's kind of interesting. I don't know if it's good enough, but it's interesting. Tough to say. I like this. Money Everywhere is a very interesting ability. The stat line is also like similar to Stitch Carefree Surfer with a very similar ability. So like in rotation, if we're looking for ways to draw cards, this could just be like a good way to draw cards. In mod chat. All right. Hold on. Hold please. Let's see. Let me look at it real quick. Okay, so it's a 2 cost, uninkable. It has 2 abilities. One is Inside Job. If you have a character named Donald Duck in play, you pay 1 less to play this. And that's the ability Payoff. Exert chosen character. Chosen character gets -1 strength until then. Okay, this card's not that great. All right. I don't know. That's tough. This card's interesting, though. It's interesting. The Mouse Queen. 4 cost, inkable, 3 strength, 6 willpower, 1 lore. Yep. Cool. The ruler of Mousedom. Sweet. That's it. Calhoun. 6 cost, inkable, 4 strength, 5 willpower, 2 lore, bodyguard, and loot drop. Whenever this character is banished, gain 1 lore. Yeah. We're moving on. So here's Perdita. Okay. All right. Let's talk about her for a second. Let's zoom in a little bit here. Oh, no. All right. There we go. So Perdita is a Amber Sapphire dueling character. The Determined Mother. She's a 6 cost, inkable, 4 strength, 6 willpower, 2 lore, shift 4, quick, everyone hide. When you play this character, you may put all puppy character cards from your discard into your inkwell face down and exert it. That seems good. Right? Like we just get to mega ramp? Okay. All right. I can get behind that one. We'll come back to that, I guess. Hades, the Ruthless Tyrant, is a 7 cost, uninkable Amethyst Ruby dueling card. 3 strength, 6 willpower, 2 lore with the ability Short on Patience. Whenever you play this character and whenever he quests, you may do 2 damage to another chosen character of yours to draw 2 cards. That another word again. Man, if we could just be like, I don't know. It's a 7 cost uninkable. Again, we start talking about how to draw cards in rotation. And this card might be good enough in rotation, but it also might not be because it's a 7 cost uninkable. Getting the 7 ink in a format where it's hard to draw cards could be difficult in itself. I wish it could target itself. I wish it could come in, do 2 damage, be a 3/4, and draw 2 cards. Like, so if you didn't need another character in play, I would love this. But I do love, man, yeah, even for like the quest ability, that another chosen character is so tough. I really, really wish it could just target itself. But yeah, I mean, there's a world where in rotation this card is fine. There's a world in rotation where we're looking for card draw, and this just is kind of like that way to continue the game moving forward and gaining 2 lore, drawing 2 cards. Like maybe it's something there, but right now probably not. That's a lot of stuff. Maui, the Stubborn Trickster, 6 cost, inkable, 4 strength, 4 willpower, 3 lore, with the ability I'm not finished yet. When this character is banished, choose 1. Our choices are put 2 damage counters on all opposing characters, banish all opposing items, banish all opposing locations. Why is this card an Emerald Steel card? Like, I don't understand why this card's Emerald Steel at all. I'm not even confident why it even needs to be a dueling card. I don't know, man. 6 cost, 4/4. I don't know. This seems fine. I don't know. I love the art. I'm not crazy about this card. I start like what is this? What are we playing this card over stuff? You know, yeah, I get it. I don't know. I actually would have liked this card more if it was Emerald Ruby. Like if it gave Ruby, like Emerald Ruby, this way to banish items and banish locations, I would understand it more. It would make a little bit more sense for some of the cards we can play with it. This one just feels so out of place. I don't know. I don't like the. I don't like the. I don't like literally. I don't like the design of this card, and I don't even think it's like that playable. I don't think it's necessary to be a dueling card because I don't think these abilities are that egregious for 6 cost. I'm not a fan. I don't know. I can be wrong about this card, but I'm not. Nothing about it is making me go like, oh my god, I can't wait to play Maui. Eh. Madam Mim. What? She's a rhinoceros? Okay. So 6 cost, uninkable, 6 strength, 5 willpower. I believe it's Madam Mim Rhinoceros. It has shift 2. And whenever you play this character, banish her or return another chosen character of yours to your hand. Is that it? Is that all it does? Is that it? Is that it? Is that it, guys? So it's just a it's all wow, it's shift 2? Hold on, it's shift 2 for a 6/5? Okay. Okay. I could be convinced that this card's playable. Like stats, it's definitely stats, right? Shift 2 for a 6/5. Yeah, like that's what I'm saying, right? Like that is stats. We like stats. So maybe this card could just be like a turn 3 Maui, right? Like turn 3 Maui is kind of good, guys. Whew. I don't know. This card might be good. This card's got some stats. I like stats. I guess that it does not have another ability. It's just the normal Madam Mim ability and nothing else. But yeah, I think this card's good. This card, like, talk about like literally stunting the game. This card surely does it. That's it. I think I got them all, unless any more came out. That was the OG. Let's see. All right, so Madam Mim was the last revealed card. She can sing. Yeah, she can sing on turn. I agree. Woo! All right, I don't know how many cards that was, but it was a lot. It was a lot. What was Ren Stevens' card? I don't know. Was that it? Let's see. Pause. No, pause. I don't know. Have to bounce the thing. Yeah, that's okay though, right? She stats. Big stats. Big stats. I'm not sure if any other cards have come out. I don't think we had the Pigpen on screen. I think we missed that one. Let's see. I don't see any more floating around yet. But yeah, a lot of cards. Like a ton of cards there. We can go over 2. It took us 2 hours and it probably took us 2 hours and 20-ish minutes to do them all. Challenger Mim on 2. You can either bounce your 1-drop, yeah, or you can just play another 1. I think it's fine. I think like having a 6/5 on 3 is that gets rid of Lawrence and lives to tell the tale. Like, like it's kind of good. There is a 2 cost. Yeah, that's the Skater Mim, right? She was set 6, I believe. Skater Mim, Tiny Adversary. I love that card. So maybe more to come. And listen, there's also a rotation, guys. Like there could be other Madam Mims that get like I do not want to live in a world where Madam Mim Steak gets reprinted. I don't want to live in that world. I think that she needs to go. But we'll see. We'll see. But yeah. So we just covered them all, right? Every one of the cards that have been out released so far. So like seriously, what is your favorite card revealed in set 8 so far? We just covered there was over 70 of them that we just covered. That's a lot. I'd love to know. Question of the day is, hey, what is it? What are we doing? Who is our friends? What do we got? Tramp. Which Tramp? Our shiftable friend? I think the shifting Tramp is very good. I think that's a very good card. I think that one's definitely a playable card. I do not know. I do not know what my favorite card is, in all honesty. Like, if I really take a look at the album again, I'm not sure. I'm not sure I can say, like, oh man, this card got revealed, and I was like, yeah, so excited. I don't know. I think Jafar might be my favorite card so far. We're just talking about like my favorite card, not necessarily like what card I think is most playable. It might just be Jafar. Like, yeah. Ooh, that's tough. 70 cards, and I'm not sure which one my favorite is. That's probably not good. I don't know how good of a sign that is. And obviously, a lot of this is just like natural reaction to stuff. And like even like a couple of those cards, like whatever the last 10 cards were, that was probably the first time I read those cards because they were revealed while we were streaming. And shout out to Melissa and Scott, who have been legitimately posting anything on Facebook over the last couple of days is all from them. I think I posted one card this morning. I don't even remember which one it was. Jafar and Honey Lemon. I don't know, man. I'm not a fan of. I think Honey Lemon's slow. I don't think it's good enough. Giant Mickey. I think Giant Mickey. I don't like Giant Mickey for several reasons. I said this at the top of the show. I don't like Giant Mickey because I think that legendaries are supposed to be unique. And to me, we just got Bagheera in set 7, and it's just like a giant Bagheera. I don't like that. I don't like that it's just like this. Like, yeah, it costs 5 more and it does 5 damage, but it's just Bagheera. Why? It's even in the same ink combo. What gives? It's not unique at all. Why? Like, if the card was a super rare, I probably wouldn't care at all. But it's not. It's just another legendary. I don't know. I'm not a fan. Obviously, lady family dog, right? We get it. All right. We know Melissa. Okay, we know that there's already been several types of reveals that you're like, oh my god. I get it. She's really good. She's insane for sure. I might take Giant Mickey meme deck to locals. I don't know. Did you take a Bagheera meme deck to locals? 2-drop Mickey, 3-drop Jafar. Yeah, listen. Go. Hey, Lizard Kitty. How did the 2-drop Mickey deck do for you? When all your opponents know that your Mickey Mouse can just like do a thing, it becomes not so good. Dude, it's Powerline and you know it. That's set 9, bro. That's Fabled. All right, they announced that a couple days ago. I know. Shout out to Ruben, right? Ruben is a gigantic friend. I've given him a shout out before. All of our new looks, all of our new thumbnails, all of that new system, that's all Ruben. All right. Shout out to Ruben. I love the 2-drop. Never lives. Never lives, guys. He is banish on sight. Oh, come on, man. Thicky Mickey into Emerald Hades to Thicky Mickey. You are living dreams. All right. You are living. For all that, you could just return to Hercules. We don't need Sticky Mickey. We don't need Hades. You just return to Hercules. like, what? Come on. Stop it. Oh, you playing that too? Okay. I don't know, guys. I don't know. You guys are crazy. You guys have been awesome though. Throughout the whole day, we've had like between 100 and 150 viewers across all platforms. I see all the. I can only ever see the likes on Facebook, which is hilarious. So thank you for the likes and the hearts on Facebook. If you haven't, and you're watching on YouTube and you haven't hit like yet, do me a favor, hit the like button. It does help. If you're here on Twitch and you followed, thank you so very much. I do appreciate it. And tonight, we'll be back. 8 p.m. tonight, we're going to be back. And to start the show, the one, the only Scott Landis makes his return back to the live platform. We're going to be talking about kind of the financial side of rotation tonight. And that's going to be our topic 1. Topic 2, the Forbidden Mountain has a card to reveal, guys. At 8:30 p.m. tonight, 5:30 PST, we are revealing a card. If you are in our Discord, I have been dropping hints about it for like 2 days. If you looked at the thumbnail on YouTube, you can kind of guess. There's all sorts of Easter eggs in the thumbnail about the card. So 8:30 p.m. tonight, we will be revealing our card. And we get to, that would be so cool. All right, Forbidden Mountain Reap, that would be so cool. It's not that though. I'll let everyone down right now. It is not a Forbidden Mountain, unfortunately. But yeah, there is some Easter eggs in the thumbnail that's already out there. I've been dropping nothing but hints the last 2 days about what movie and what franchise it's from. So yeah, 8:30 night, we'll be here, and the wonderful TFM Melissa, TFM Lizard Kizzy, she is running point on our reveal tonight. It'll be the first card that she ever gets to reveal in Disney Arcana. And as a fan, like a pretty much day one fan of the game, I'm very excited for Melissa to kind of reveal that card for you guys. It's going to be cool. It's going to be fun. It is, I don't even want to spoil the card anyway. I gave enough hints. Okay. You guys know what franchise it's from. I think it's pretty clear and pretty easy from the thumbnail. You can kind of figure some stuff out. So yeah, if you want to take your guesses, you can take your guesses. But we will be live tonight, 8 p.m. Starting with Scott, doing the whole finance thing about rotation. We're gonna have a whole conversation around that, and then we're gonna have the reveal and talk about the card that we revealed. And then we're probably going to talk about some of the cards for Melissa and for Scott and some of their favorite cards revealed so far. And then we're going to get Dick Burns in here, and we're going to talk about some other stuff. So it's going to be a fun night. You know, we will be back tonight at that time frame at the 8:30 mark. Again, if you're only here for the reveal, I get it. But if you're curious about the impact and the financial side of rotation, it's been like all of our conversation in the Metafy Discord the last couple of days. There was a huge, gigantic conversation about the implements and the finances around rotation. Scott was kind of a part of it yesterday. So getting him on, having him talk about that, having a part of revealing our set 8 card, Range of Far, is pretty exciting. Obviously, as always, and I'll say this again tonight, it's a privilege to reveal these cards. It truly is. Like, this is, I think, our 6th card now that we're getting revealing. It might even be our 7th. I've lost count a little bit. I know there was one that we didn't get to reveal a card for, and that sucked. So every single time that we are asked to reveal another card, I love it. So I'm very excited to kind of do those things. But yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be a lot of fun. And I'm definitely excited for it. So I'm going to save my voice for tonight. In about 25 minutes, the weekly Lorecast is back, which I'm excited for. I will definitely be in chat watching and kind of like enjoying that with everyone. I'm very excited to see what Greg's got going on. I thought the next chapter was awesome. You know, I really do. I really thought the production around it was very good. I thought the transitions were really great. I thought, you know, having Greg there, having Rochelle there, talk about everything that was going on. I am very excited that once we get everything done and everything revealed, you know, maybe there's another card revealed on there today. Wouldn't shock me. But I'm very excited to what that weekly show will be about after we get through reveals. You know, I think that's where I'm most interested about. Like, the idea that we're going to have an hour or maybe 2 hours on a weekly rotation listening to Greg and whoever else comes on with Greg is pretty exciting. You know, I agree. The talk show vibe was great. I actually kind of hope, like, I love the little booth that they have and how they can utilize that, but I really loved the late night, you know, Jimmy Fallon vibe of it, where he had his desk, he's got some Easter eggs on the desk, he had the giant cards behind the desk, and then we had like Elaine come in and Naomi come in and things like that and have that conversation. I think that that's a really cool vibe. I think Greg, you know, like, I've never met Greg. Greg is very new to the team. I got to know a lot of the Ravensburger employees at all the DLCs. Granted, listen, I went to all 6 DLCs. I went to NACC. I talked with them as often as I possibly could and had many conversations with different employees. And for the most part, they were all very positive. I'm looking forward to meeting Greg. I think Greg is a really fun, easygoing guy. He brings a lot of excitement, a lot of entertainment to it. I think if anyone has to get on here and talk Disney Lorcana for an hour on a weekly basis, he absolutely can do it. So I'm very excited to get to meet Greg and have those conversations. Unfortunately, don't know when that will be. You know, like, I am not going to be at Worlds, which I assume he will be. You know, I was not privileged and invited to Worlds. As of right now in this moment, there is no way for content creators to get into Worlds. So I probably won't be there, which does suck. But, you know, that's life. You know, what are you going to do? Only so many people can go. Yeah, am I upset about it? Yeah, I'm a little upset about it. As someone that went to all 60 Disney World challenges in North America and went to NACC, I would have loved to have been invited to be at Worlds. You know, all of the North American players, I've definitely, for the most part, I've had conversations with them. A lot of the more prominent players have been on this channel. They've been, you know, I've interviewed them from time to time. If I haven't interviewed them, I probably have talked to them about their event and about those things. So it kind of sucks not being there. It does. But, you know, that's life. And we'll see, right? We'll see what happens. But as a player, I love the idea that they just get to go and play, you know, and I think that that's important. I think specifically after hearing Albert talk about it, you know, on the Club Lorcana podcast with Zan and with Jeremy, and saying, like, the reason why top cuts at DLCs were in private areas, they were in private rooms, they were behind curtains, funny enough, or just like gated off areas. I think it was very important that the players in day 2 got to play for stakes and they were able to just not worry about their surrounding. So for Worlds, having that ability to play for those stakes and not have a distraction, I think that's great as a player. as a fan, I hated it. Okay. I hate it not being able to go in and see how my team was doing. You know, like I hate it. Chicago, I'll never remember. Like in Atlanta, there was like a gated off area and we were still able to see the games and see our team and like get that first reaction. And it was nice. In Chicago, they were literally in a locked room. And I remember, you know, like Ben coming out and didn't win. Drew coming out, he didn't win. George coming out and saying like, okay, like I did win. Like having those moments of like, okay, like you had to like wait and this like, you know, it sucked. Wasn't a fan of it. So as a fan of the game, don't like it. But as a player, totally respect it, totally understand it. I do think it's better for them. I think that putting themselves in a room with a lot less distraction, no players hovering over them. Like you're talking about these games, guys, they're playing for a world championship. It's a lot of stakes. It's a lot of anxiety, you know? So removing that hovering feeling, I think is a big deal. So I get it. While I think it's awesome, while I wish it was more like NACC and there was just this kind of like this auditorium feeling and this big display, and like this audience that could sit and watch the screen. I wish it could be more like that. And I wish that that's kind of this, like the scenario we would have got for it. It isn't. And that sucks. What I can tell you at this moment for us, the plan is that we're going to have kind of a TFM stream. And we're trying to set up a world where a bunch of the TFM members come out to Philadelphia, enjoy the stream, are like together as a team, have like a little family barbecue and things like that. And we're going to do a cast along, very similar how we did DLC Melbourne, where we did a stream along. We're going to be trying to do that with the majority of the TFM family. So it's going to be nice. Like we're probably going to commentate it over ourselves, kind of do a live reaction to things going on there. So that's definitely the plan for us as the Forbidden Mountain, you know, get as many players involved from the team that want to be a part of it and get them on camera for a round, let them cast. And that's going to be our way of just feeling like we're there. There's been some chatter and some talk about like an event or reasons to go there. I'll be honest, not being in that room, I don't even want to be in Florida. Like, I feel bad for the people that live in Orlando and can't be there. I'm glad that I live in Philadelphia. I'm glad that I don't have to like get on a plane and sit outside some building. Like I just don't want to be there. Like I'd much rather just sit here, or at Scott's, wherever we end up doing the barbecue, and just enjoy the show from afar. I'm fine with that. I think like going to Florida for the weekend and being teased at the idea that like I can't even be in the room, not for me. I don't want to do it. You know, it's already a bad enough feeling that I can't be in the room. Why would I be in Florida and not be in the room? Like, so it'll be okay. We'll move on. No big deal. But yeah. So tonight we'll be back 8 p.m. tonight. We'll be back. Me and Scott will start the show, talk about the ramifications of the finance side of rotation. Then we're going to get Melissa in here. Melissa's going to do it. She's going to be the headliner for the reveal tonight. Very excited for Melissa to do her first reveal. I know she's excited about it. And it's kind of like a nice little way to include other team members in the content side of it. Obviously, Melissa's been on way more videos recently. She's been doing stuff with Dick. She's been coming in for some podcasts. She was on the live reaction the other day. And this is kind of just like a reward to her of like saying like, hey, this is like one way that I can thank her for all of the wonderful things that she does and all of the time that she saves me, and knowing that she's such a fan of Disney that getting to reveal a Disney Lorcana card for her is probably like really huge. So I'm very excited to be able to give that to her. And I kind of hope that, she gets a little bit more itch of that content thing and maybe get to see more reasons for her to be on the channel. Because I listen, this is a family here. Like we like to include as many as possible. So I am very excited for it. And yeah, I will be back tonight, 8 p.m. tonight. We'll go check in real quick, and we'll take a glimpse of who is hanging on Twitch that I can send people to. If the Disney Lorcana stream already started, I'll probably just send you guys straight there. Looks like no one. None of my friends are streaming again, guys. We're all waiting for the Lorecast, So yeah, I think that's going to be it for us today. Check out the Lorecast. It starts in, I think, 15 minutes. I think that's what's going on. So should be fun. But if you were hanging out with me on Facebook, thank you guys so much. Thank you for the likes and the hearts. I do appreciate the hearts. If you've been on YouTube with me, the chat's been awesome, super active. Thank you. Make sure you hit that like button. If you're brand new here, you like the vibe today, thank you. Make sure you hit subscribe. I'll be probably doing more of these. Maybe Monday. I don't think I'm not gonna do one tomorrow because I had the kids home tomorrow. They only have a half day, so it ain't gonna happen. There will be, maybe, I'm not gonna say it. Maybe there's a new video tomorrow. I don't know. Right now it's a lot going on and I haven't had the time. I went back to work this week, guys. Shout out to Disney Lorcana in general. Shout out to everyone that I have worked with over the last 6 months. Southside Gaming, Sharp Gaming, Lucky Llama, among others, The Encounter. I have been very privileged over the last couple months to go and do things. And shout out to anyone, and I do mean this, anyone that has supported our Metafy, that has supported us there, that have bought a guide, any of those things that you have done has given me the ability to kind of really focus on this as a full-time job in a way over the last several months. And it has honestly kept food on my table. It has enabled me to kind of still play Lorcana, give you guys the best content. That everything that has happened over the last several months has really given me the ability to just be a full-time content creator. We make the joke all the time about if it's possible or not, or how unlikely it is. For about 5 months, I was basically a full-time content creator. And because of you guys, it was possible. And, my job is very much a seasonal thing. And now that I went back to work this week, and it's funny, I went back to work during one of the most busy weeks of Disney Lorcana because of all the set reveals. But that wouldn't be possible if you guys didn't support me. So honestly, I very much appreciate it. It very much is a big deal. I am currently working on something very big for the channel, and I can't announce it yet because I don't know that I got it, but there is potentially something very massive coming for Disney, for the Forbidden Mountain. And I hope it happens. I hope I can come on here one day and say hey, we're doing it. I can't yet, but I think I heard the Wizard just went live. Did the Wizard go live? I'll send you guys the Wizard for his watch along. I can't do a watch along. I got to pick up kids. Oh, the Wizard here. All right, we're going to send everyone to the Wizard. So shout out to the Wizard. Shout out to Luke. He's great. ICL. I will be live tomorrow night on the ICL on Friday for the pre-show, the post-show, and commentating. I forget who's playing tomorrow night, sadly. I was just asked to do it, and I will be live commentating for the ICL tomorrow night. So definitely, if you haven't yet, for whatever reason, make sure you follow. We're gonna raid Luke. Shout out to everyone again, and we're gonna get out of here. I do appreciate you all so much tonight. Also, shout out to Specky. Oh, Specky raided us earlier. Thank you so much, Specky. Before I raid, I will say there's a video that Specky put out about not commentating Worlds, and the vocabulary that I used for that this morning was authentic. I think that was a really tough video for Specky to make, and really just put out how he generally felt in the moment. We're talking about someone that commentated 4 DLCs and Worlds. Him and Baker at the end of the day were the faces of EU, of that commentary team. And I do think, I think it is kind of crappy that he will not be commentated Worlds. I really think it's kind of unfair. So a huge shout out to him just putting himself out there, and really just saying guys, I am this does suck for me. And I think that that's so difficult to do because we make ourselves vulnerable every single time that we put a piece of content out there. Like Katie and I, a few weeks ago, we put out some content about mental health in gaming, and that works for all of it. Like I put myself out there for the last 3 hours, and I'm sure I said things that people don't agree with, and I open myself up for that criticism, and that's fine. Like I don't have a problem doing that. But when you talk about committing to a game as much as Specky has, and in all honesty, as much as I think I have, like I have traveled the nation for this game to play it as a player. I have traveled the nation as a commentator. I have remote casted things since day one. Like I have really put myself out there for Disney Lorcana, and I feel that even though it's not in any way official, in all honesty, I look at myself as an ambassador for the game. Am I one officially? No, I'm not. But that's how I present myself. Like I really believe that like I'm here doing this for Disney Lorcana because I bet on Disney Lorcana and I want the game to be successful and to succeed. And Specky did all that too. He went out there. He flew over here to commentate an event for the Bay. He did the Battle of the Bay commentary. Like he's done all sorts of stuff all over the UK. And when I saw the image leak that he wasn't on it, I honestly was shocked. So shout out to Specky for the raid today. Thank you so much for that, Specky. And honestly, shout out to just being you, man. Like just being real and being real with your audience and your community. I think that's so difficult to do. So huge shout out to him. And we're going to send you guys all to the wonderful wizard now. Get that set up. And again, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. It does mean a lot. He's starting soon. We're going to start the raid. Send you guys there. He's doing a watch along. He's doing some of the new stuff as well. But yeah, thank you guys. Again, I will catch you tonight, 8 p.m. Me and Scott, 8:30 for the reveal. We'll see you guys soon.